Hello,
Hello.
fellow followers, and welcome back to the Physical Media Show here on FanZcene. With me tonight, as always, is Runner and Tom. I know we're late, but we was a little chit-chatting. Sorry about that. So how's everybody doing tonight, Runner,
We're way
Tom?
late. Holy shit. I
I
didn't
know
realize how late we were.
we was a little late.
Sorry about that, guys.
It's all
Yeah,
good.
yeah, we were talking and stuff, but I'm doing all right for the most part. Life's been kicking my ass, but this should be a really fun stream. So very excited for that.
Yeah, I'm not feeling the best, but hopefully I'll be able to hang in there for the stream. But yeah, it'll be fun.
Nice.
That's why
Yeah,
we didn't have 4K for you earlier.
yeah,
Even
we
though we
didn't
were
get it.
like, we effing knew it about Superman, but
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, hey, there's nothing. There wasn't been nothing really new other than we found out that Shout is doing King Kong Lives. Probably,
yeah, that was like the only big title
yeah,
we
that was the
found
only
out
big
about.
thing, and
A
all
little
the
bit of
Superman.
confirmation. Yeah, a little bit of
Yeah,
confirmation on that.
yeah, a little confirmation on that. I don't think I've seen anything else.
I don't remember anything sticking out as far as like major. No, not
Neither do
really.
I. Not even, not even like the stuff I thought. The cult horror movies and stuff like I look up. I didn't see any of that.
Yeah,
So, yeah. Oh, well, I did see.
mostly.
Full Moon is releasing a box set, like the Full Moon something. I just saw it. Let me see if I can find it again real quick. If I
They might
can.
come up later.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, it's like called shit. I can't remember. I just saw it.
I don't
Uh,
remember that one.
it's very beautiful.
It's triumphant.
Let me see if I can find it again because I totally lost track. I was like, oh, that could be interesting, and I didn't really look at it. And I thought, oh, I better, just in case.
I mean, we already got a pretty good idea of how the first quarter of next year already looks anyway, so
Yeah,
I'm not surprised that the announcements are slowing down just a bit.
yeah, just bit. It's nothing too exciting because we know most of the exciting stuff already.
Yeah. I see some people are finally getting Reservoir Dogs. No, really, there hasn't been any new announcements here, it looks like, as far as rumor-wise, anyway.
Yeah,
Mondo's doing some steel books for Marvel movies. That's probably the biggest thing to come out. I had the Black Friday leak that's on my Twitter. You can check that out. Fargo's being talked about again. We know we're supposed to be getting that at some point. The
Oh
only
yeah, I
Sherlock
heard about
Holmes is
that.
the only one that looks like is Paramount might be doing it for Steelbook. And that one's famous just because Steven Spielberg produced it and has some of the first CGI in it. Or at least photorealistic, I mean.
yeah,
Other than that, yeah, no, there hasn't been
yeah.
nothing
Not
new.
much. I was trying to find this, but I don't know if I can find it. Let's see here if I can. It's called the Full Moon Legacy Box Set Volume 1. And I'm trying to figure out what it
I got to
contains.
assume it's got like the first couple puppet masters, probably subspecies, trancers. I'm assuming
It's
that kind of
got
stuff.
Last Foxtrot and Burbank.
Oh, not even close to what I thought.
Yeah, I'm trying to fit. I can't read
Unless they're
the.
talking like they're going by like old era shit that Charlie bought.
I think that might be what it is.
Yeah.
Something of
All his titty pictures he bought.
of the Doomed. I like the titty pictures. End of the World. Cinderella.
Okay, so these are the exploitation movies out of the 70s. Yep.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Tourist Trap. I can't read all of them. It's like a fuzzy picture. So, the Delirium magazine posted, which is Delirium is part of Full Moon. So yeah, I've only seen it.
Knowing Charlie, they're not remastered in any way. They're just packaged all together.
Yeah, you know how they roll. But yeah, that's really about it. So, but let's say hi to the chat real quick, and then we'll get into everything here.
Hey, look at the private chat whenever you're ready.
Yeah, let me just say hi to the chat real quick.
Yeah, sure thing. You can do that.
Yeah. So, because they've been waiting on us. So I want to say hi to them. Uncle Remus, a zippity doo dah, a zippity day.
Zippity-doo-dah.
Have a great show, guys. Well, thank you, Uncle Remus. And Heather Preston, welcome, says hi. Brian Barth says hail. Orion Kane says hey, hey. Random Brad, sending good vibes. Always glad to see you here,
Random
buddy.
Brad.
Yes. Deleted scenes, waving. I like Joey, the tangible proof of physical existence show. I like that. I like that. Dan Blackwood, he says, with any luck, I will get my 4K steelbook of Fright Night during the stream. Now that is cover art. Damn right, man. That is great cover up art. And that steelbook is just beautiful.
People
Just
say
beautiful.
I'm crazy and I make no sense. But the man's got influence. He's a gigolo, a liar, a man of many faces. Just keep that in mind.
Runner has no idea what you're doing. Brett Cohen, well, I'm not late, but don't think I'm early either. You're just right on time, Brett. Right on time.
Who's it gonna be tonight? Your doors and windows tight. Soon you'll all believe I'm right. Ooh. That's fucking Jay Giles' band. Most people are like, oh God, I didn't know that was Jay Giles' band. It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Here's the best part about that disc. I was throwing shit around. I'm like, how the fuck do they not have the video on here? You throw on that hour and 45 minute EPK tape they got. The first two things are the video.
There you go.
It's the video and then the Spanish version.
That's cool. Evening, Brian or Tyrell72. Glad you're here. Cool Gamer, hello. Dalton B, cheers to you. Deleted scene says finally Tourist Trap. I know that one. Hail, Anthony Draven. All right. Thank you to everybody out there that's, I know we took our time, but I'm glad you're here. Glad you're watching at home. Glad you're watching and chatting in the chat. Runner, did you want to talk a little bit about the Best Buy leaks before we head on? Because fuck your Best Buy.
Yes, and they're not leaks. They're actually true. Like the sales going on right now.
That means it's true.
You mean the ones that I put out there?
Yeah, the one
not yours. I'm not talking about that because some of the movies.
Oh, you're talking about the sales that are going on right now.
Correct. I'm talking about the sales that are going on right now, and some of the stuff that I looked at, Tom's leaked photo or whatever. Some of them are on the Black Friday sale, but some of them are not yet. So I'm
kicking myself because I missed Elvis in 4K and Unbearable Weight in 4K for $9.99 a piece on Amazon. That pissed me off that I missed those.
What's funny is I remember some idiot deleting their tweet right away, going, "Getting this bullshit off the internet" or some shit like that. So it did turn out to be true, most of it so far, huh, Runner?
Yeah.
Okay.
It did. Elvis at my Best Buy so far has not been on the Black Friday sale yet, but I'm gonna tell you the ones that are on the Black Friday sale right now. So, Black Panther on 4K, the first one, not the new one coming out, is $12.99. So you're saving yourself about $10 there. The first Top Gun is $7.99. That's a fucking steal if you ask me.
Is it on 4K?
Yes, 4K. These are 4K titles, guys, not Blu-ray. Live, Die, Repeat, Edge of Tomorrow, whatever the fuck you want to call it. $9.99. That's also a steal, honestly.
Training Frogs with Tom Cruise and long hair.
Wrong movie, damn it. You need to watch Edge of Tomorrow. It's actually good, and it's fucking $10, dude.
Yeah, if I'm gonna spend $10, I'm gonna spend it on an actor I like.
Such a dick. All right, whatever.
I mean, I love Top Gun. Top Gun, great movie. He's awesome in that movie, but that's that's about it.
That's about it. You didn't like him in Tropic Thunder?
He's great. Tropic Thunder.
I like him in Rain Man, and I liked him in Color Money.
Rain Man's great.
I do like the NASCAR one. I can't think of the name. I do like that one.
Oh yeah, Days of Thunder is pretty good.
Days of Thunder, yeah.
Days of Thunder is good, but it's not my favorite of his. Dune, the new one is $9.99 on 4K. The
new Dune?
Yeah, not the David Lynch Dune. Ambulance by Michael Bay is $9.99. The Green Mile is $9.99. No Time to Die is $9.99. James Gunn's The Suicide Squad is $9.99. The Lost City is $9.99. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings or whatever the fuck, $12.99.
Shang-Chi and the shitty ass movie from Marvel.
Yes, it is. It very much is. Maternals is $12.99. Last Night in Soho, which is directed by Edgar Wright, which is actually a pretty good movie. $9.99. I still need to watch that movie. Total Recall is $7.99 on 4K.
That's actually a good deal. How is that, Tom? Do you have that 4K?
I do have the 4K.
Which one? Sorry.
The Total Recall.
Yeah.
Does it look good? Because it's always been so
it looks
cheap.
good. My only issue with it is the sound. They did a Dolby Atmos upgrade, and I swear I don't have much of a bass or a bass at all in my soundtrack. And somebody else said the same thing that I trust. Vincent Pereira, actually, who actually was in Clerks and a bunch of other movies with Kevin Smith. But there's other people who claimed it was just fine, like Bill Hunt. So I'm just like, I don't get it. Because I flip it over to the DTS track and there's bass galore. So I have no idea. Other than that, I have no complaints. It looks fine, yeah.
It's because I've always wondered, because it's always been so cheap. Like, even from the very beginning, it's been so cheap, and that's always kind of worried me. So I've never upgraded to the 4K. So I was worried. I was always wondering about that.
I mean, it's Lionsgate, so you run the risk of it having a bunch of DNR because of Studio Canal, but
yeah, with the yellow wash too,
or something like that. Anything that they end up fucking around with it.
Yeah,
but I don't recall anything being majorly wrong. Maybe some DNR, but other than that,
okay, cool.
The sound issue I had.
I might buy that $7.99.
Which wouldn't be a problem, but they don't have any alternative English tracks on there.
Oh.
All right, and continuing on, Zack Snyder's Justice League on 4K is $9.99. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness on 4K is $16.99. Smokin' Aces is $9.99. Scream 2022 is $9.99.
It's not worth it. Just toss it in the garbage.
No, it's not.
I can't believe I got that steelbook.
Oh, you got the steelbook?
Tom's a completionist, though, so
I know.
So am I, but like I just can't. I can't bring myself to buy that or Halloween Ends. I just can't do it.
Here's the thing. I thought I'm debating on. For a while I was like debating on getting Scream 5 on 4K if it's like cheap. I don't know if I want to anymore after watching it a second time.
I pre-ordered Halloween Ends, but I have a feeling we're going to need that for a study for future.
What not to do in a trilogy?
It's like the Last Jedi of horror movies right now. I mean, between that and Scream, I mean,
it is.
I mean, Scream 5 for me is like the Force Awakens of horror movies, in my opinion.
I mean, yes and no. It's almost like both, really, because it goes to that extent
in a way. But I'm
and Halloween Ends is the Rise of Skywalker. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah, I kind of agree with you there.
It's like we're just gonna throw all this shit out the window.
Yeah, no kidding.
We're going to go in a completely different direction and say we had it planned all along.
4-year time jump. Jurassic Park on 4K, the first one, is $9.99. Kind of sucks. I wish I
can't sadly recommend that one. The 3D version actually looks better than that.
Oh.
Yeah,
the 4K looks like it's not from the negative, but the 3D one obviously is from the negative.
Right.
I've heard you say that, and I only bought it just because it's like I didn't buy the pack or whatever it came with, so I'm like, yeah, I might as well buy it individually. Black Widow is $12.99.
If that movie didn't suck at the end, I'd actually buy it.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought most of the movie was boring, and yeah, that third act was god awful.
I've never seen it. I just kind of quit watching them, to be honest.
Yeah,
I kind of did. Spider-Man No Way Home was like the last superhero movie I watched.
Yeah, you're not missing out. Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
Yeah, I never watched Shang-Chi. I never watched Thor. I never watched Eternals. I never watched Black Widow. I never watched the Marvel TV shows. After WandaVision, I was just like, no, I'm done. I'm good.
You know what? You know, is it just me? Like, I don't know if Tom feels this way, but I'm very curious. I'm not I don't want to see Black Panther Wakanda Forever, the new one, but I'm curious just to see if it's as bad as some people are saying it is.
Well, did you watch our review this morning?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I want to see it, because I want to know if it's that bad.
I'm not wasting my time.
Neither am I.
I'm gonna do what TikTok told me to do. I'm not gonna buy a ticket for the movie, or actually, did they say well, I'm gonna buy a ticket to Black Adam and then see if I wanted to. I just buy a ticket to Black Adam because I'd rather pay money for that movie, honestly.
That's crazy.
And this is a Blu-ray,
Proud of you,
but it's
son.
on. This is not a 4K. It's a Blu-ray. It's on the list. It's X, the new horror movie, $7.99. That one pisses me off because I paid like $22 fucking when I bought that day one. That kind of pisses me off.
Well, that's the risk you run, and
Yeah.
that's the physical media game. Either it's
Yes.
going to be something you get right away, and you end up running the risk of paying too much for it, or you don't get it right away and you got to pay way more for it later because you missed
Yep.
out.
I know.
And
The
sucks
studio
sometimes.
ones you can usually, especially Blu-rays, studio ones you can usually plan on those going on sale for Black Friday every year.
Yeah, pretty much.
The boutique ones are the ones that I worry about the most.
Oh yeah. And Inglourious Bastards is on the Black Friday sale for $9.99, the 4K.
And
From what I've heard about that, I wouldn't even.
glorious.
Yeah, that's one of the worst 4K masters I've heard.
That's probably why they priced it down.
I still
that
can't
low.
believe Tarantino hasn't addressed that yet.
I know. I'm surprised he hasn't.
Surprised he hasn't gone out there and go, I don't know what the fuck they did to my movie. It looks like shit.
Death on the Nile on 4K for $12.99. A Quiet
that
Place
first
2.
one's not so bad. The Murder on the Orient
I
Express.
got the first one, but I've never watched it. What's sad is I got the regular Blu-ray, and I've heard that's one of the, at that time it came out, it was like reference quality 4K.
It's not bad.
I'm talking about the new one.
I know.
I know. There's part one is Murder on the Orient Express.
Yeah. Oh, really?
And,
okay.
yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah, with Johnny Depp.
All right, and A Quiet Place Part 2 is on sale for $7.99.
I'll pass.
4K.
I got that one last year, I think for 12 or 9. I can't remember which, but yeah.
I have the second one on 4K, but I didn't buy it for that price, I don't think. And Kanto is $12.99. That actually wasn't too bad of a movie. I saw that with some family members when they visited once. That's probably like the best thing Disney's done.
Confirmed. Runner is a Disney shill. Confirmed.
Hey, I thought Dr.
Confirmed.
Dr.
Hashtag Runner Disney shill. Confirm it. Hash brown it out to the internet.
Yes, I said one. I said one recent thing from Disney was decent. I'm a shill now. No, but I thought Doctor Strange 2 sucked, and I thought Thor: Love and Thunder sucked. But I'm a shill apparently.
Yeah, but you're all like, I'm going to Black Panther. Advertising and shit.
I ain't giving them fucking money though.
He said, "I'm gonna do like what TikTok said. I'm gonna go see Black Panther." That's what I heard.
No, but they said like I said I will go see it, but not pay them money.
You know what's sad
because they don't want white people to go. So
in
I'll
a
pay
world
for Black
where Runner
Adam
didn't meet us in a multiverse, he's an SJW who's standing outside the theater protecting the black folk from us white folk going into the movie.
Oh, I guarantee you there is that version of me
in the multiverse of Runner.
SJW Runner.
That can definitely happen. Honestly, I can see that. I would.
You know what's sad is like he's like, yes, there's a part of me inside me that would definitely be an SJW.
Well, at least he can acknowledge.
So at least he can admit it.
No, I'm saying like if I met that version of myself through like a different multiverse, like you guys are saying, I would honestly beat the shit out of that.
Well, if it wasn't for the PC era of the 90s, I probably wouldn't have gone down the road I did. That's for sure. But
yeah.
Now
So
I'm
Me
just a
Too got
raging
Warren
racist,
Beatty.
so that's all that matters.
How did Me Too get Warren Beatty?
Dude's 106.
Want me to continue on or no?
I think
There's
that's
still,
enough.
there,
We've
there's
been going
still
for
there's
about
still
20
more.
minutes.
There's still more in the list. It's pretty interesting.
Just go to the
All right,
share the
for-
link in the chat or something, because we've been going through that for like 20 minutes. So let's get ready.
Yeah, that's why I just said go check it out on my Twitter. I'm like, if you
Yeah.
want to look at it. My list anyway.
Okay.
I ain't going through all 5 pages.
But some of those things on the list are not in the sale yet.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just saying people can check it out.
Yeah, you can just check
And
it out.
that's why I asked. As long as some of them have come up, then that confirms that my source on that was good.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
what is it? A Clockwork Orange is $9.99 on 4K.
That one's worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Green Knight is $9.99. I might get that.
That one's been. I bought that one cheap back last year or the year before or something like that. I still haven't opened it. Everybody said it was boring, so I was like, oh.
Hacksaw Ridge is $7.99. That's a steal.
All right, just
cry,
go check.
Don't cry.
Gonna cry. But go check that out. There are some good deals, some good physical media right now. If you're looking to start your collection or to add in some 4K, if you're new to 4K, lots of great deals right now on Best Buy and Amazon. And plus, as you get closer to Black Friday, you can get tons and tons more. But who wants to go first tonight? Who wants to show their stuff?
Well, you got one less than me and Greg, don't you? Or you just?
I have one less than both of you guys.
Okay. So if Runner wants to go first,
I don't care who goes first. I'm posting the link. I'll go
fine,
first.
I'll go fucking first. I don't
give a
shit.
Fine. Go on, man.
I don't care. Does Runner want to go? Are you ready? He's not answering me now.
He's done.
All right.
He's buying his ticket to Black Panther.
I'm not buying my ticket to Black Panther. I'm not giving Disney my money.
Since Runner already brought this up one last week, we can go through this one pretty quick because I don't even think Greg still had a chance to see it yet. But I finally got a chance to watch Bullet Train. I did put out my little review. And the more I think about it, the more I like it. It was pretty fun. I liked it a lot. And this one even comes with, I haven't even opened them yet, like lobby cards.
I gotta get this movie because I've been really wanting to see it.
See, that type of movie, because I saw it in the theater with my dad. I wasn't sure if someone like Tom would like it.
Well, I love Tarantino, so that's part of it. And I don't mind Guy Ritchie stuff too much. But no, this reminded me more of a Tarantino movie, and it doesn't take itself too seriously. It's a lot of fun. You know, the one randomly somewhat woke element to me, I think, plays off as a hilarious joke.
I don't remember that part.
Just the fact that whenever they bring up the twins and Brad Pitt's like, they're not really twins now, are they?
Oh, that's right. That was great. Oh,
it's like the closest you get to being woke, right? Like,
yeah.
So, like, that's the worst part. So you got Brad Pitt.
Forgot about that.
We got what's her face? Hornet.
She played Domino in Deadpool 2.
We've got Momo, or whatever, Maman, whatever the hell that thing's called. We got this prince. We've got Son. We've got Tangerine.
Taylor Johnson.
And we have White Death. And we have the Wolf. And there you go. So those are all the characters, of course, in the movie. And yeah, it's a hilarious, well, not quite 2 hours. I think it's like just around 2 hours. Very well done, very well paced, great characters. I mean, the gist of it is, without getting too much away, is Brad Pitt is he's not even he's like a pickup man. He doesn't do anything. He's a pickup man, and he's filling in for somebody just to pick up this briefcase and get the fuck off the train. But every time he tries to get off the train, something gets in the way. and of course, the guy he's filling in for is also part of the problem. So of course, he just can't get his way out. You know, it's like it's actually very well done. And the way it plays out is well done, and it feels a lot like a Tarantino kind of movie. So yeah, it was fun. Brad Pitt's great in it. His neurotic character is hilarious.
Oh yeah.
Of course, he's the carrier of most of the comedy, of course.
Yeah.
And he has this issue, like he has bad luck, like wherever he goes, somebody ends up getting killed. He doesn't kill him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just somebody else accidentally gets killed, and he thinks he has like the worst luck in the world, right?
I want to watch this movie. I really
And then
do.
you have this other character in it who thinks they have the best luck in the world. So it's like this kind of thing that
Yin
plays
and
into
yang.
it all. It's like it's hilarious. It's very well done, very well paced, looks brilliant. Sony did a brilliant job with the 4K. As far as I know, 90 to 99% of it's all RE 4K done in camera, and there's just some background effects. There's only a couple of shots that would be like major effect shots. Other than that, it's pretty much all in camera. So I can recommend it quite a bit.
Nice. And that's high praise, because the way Valiant Renegade talked about it, and then now the way you're talking about it, and and the way you have talked about it too, Runner. I'm really anticipating this movie.
I might have actually liked it more than Top Gun 2, to be honest with you. But that's just because I wasn't predicated to liking Top Gun to begin with. So.
Yeah. But I've been meaning to get this, so I'm kind of hoping it actually goes on sale as it gets closer, so I can get it a little cheaper. But if not, I plan on getting it here soon.
Wait, what did you say?
The steelbook
Tom?
is nice.
Yeah.
What did you say about that movie and Top Gun? Saying that you laughed more at.
Oh, I said I liked this more than Top Gun.
Oh, you liked it more. Okay, I did not. I like Bullet Train, but I don't know. I can't say I liked it more than Top Gun Maverick.
I want to watch it again though. I haven't seen it twice, but I mean, just the first time through, I ended up liking it a lot more than I thought I would.
Okay, yeah, I mean, Bullet Train's good. It's probably the best, like, of the action flick popcorn movies this year. It is a fun ride, and the cast is great.
I mean, I guess it has some connections to the Sandra Bullock, Channing Tatum movie that came out around the same time.
Lost.
Is he supposed to be the same guy?
Well, I don't know about that part, but I guess there's some jokes that cross over. So if you see both of them, it helps maximize some of the jokes, I guess. But to me, it almost felt like it was a sequel to we just talked about it earlier, being on sale, the Aces movie.
Smoking Aces.
Smoking Aces. It felt a lot like that. I'm not sure. I don't think it's the same director or anything.
I was gonna say, I don't think Guy Ritchie did that. Did he? No, Guy Ritchie did Bullet Train.
I don't think he did Bullet Train either.
No, I forgot. No, the guy who directed Bullet Train directed Deadpool 2.
Yeah, Sean.
Yeah.
Not Sean.
Not Sean. David
Leitch.
David Leitch.
Huh.
Sean Levi's directing Deadpool 3.
Yeah.
Nice. Like I said, I really, really want to get this movie because I've heard so many people talk so many great things about it, and I'm like, I've got to see this movie. It sounds up my alley.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I remember seeing the trailer. I remember some people like talking about like, oh, this looks cool on like Twitter, and then I've heard some other people saying like, I don't know, this looks dumb, it looks uninteresting, and then I watched the trailer myself. I'm like, this looks like fucking fun.
Ain't that what you go to the movies for? Fun.
Yeah, exactly.
And he produced John Wick. He produced John Wick as well, and I can see that.
Yeah,
I think he has something to do with the Highlander movie too.
I definitely got some John Wick vibes from the movie.
Oh, so this is the guy from John Wick who's supposed to be doing the new Highlander?
I think this guy's doing the new Highlander, and I think did he have something to do with Nobody too?
No,
because I know the people that worked on John Wick had something to do with Nobody.
I don't know if it's this guy because he doesn't have that on his list here, but he did direct Fast and Furious, Hobbs and Shaw.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's working on the Fall Guy.
No, he did do Hobbs and Shaw. I forgot about that. Chad Stahelski directed the John Wick movies. I think he was. I don't think he directed.
He was just a producer. Yeah, I said he's just a producer on that, but he directed the other producer.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I think it said like creators or producers or whatever of John Wick for Nobody, but Chad Stahelski's doing the Highlander remake.
Who did Bullet Train? Who'd you say?
David Leitch.
David Leitch the producer on Nobody.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes, because like I said, the people from John Wick made.
There's
Nobody.
Definitely a language to it. Yeah, you can tell they're in the same kind of. It has a John Wicky vibe to it too, only more funny and not as serious kind of thing.
Not serious.
Was Chad Stahelski part of? Was he like a producer for Bullet Train?
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't see his name on there. But
it's weird. It's like that dude. Like he's directing John Wick 4, right? The new one coming out.
Yeah. Well, they're a trailer tomorrow for, I think.
Yeah, I know. I heard that. Oh my god, I can't wait for that. But like, no, but that dude is directing the new Highlander movie, and he's directing the Ghost of Tsushima live action, which is like, I can't imagine like taking all that in, honestly.
Yeah. I know they're two different studios that did John Wick and Nobody, but I do believe the writer said they're supposed to be set in the same world because yeah.
Yeah, well, no, John Wick is Lionsgate, and
Yeah, I know they're two
Nobody
different
is
studios.
Universal.
Yeah. But I definitely got to check out Bullet Train, and that was a beautiful steelbook, and I love the lobby cards. I like when you
It's a
get
good.
stuff like that.
It's a good. It is a good looking steelbook, but is it worth the $40-something that it was?
No. I don't think I
No,
can't believe that's how much I paid for it, but if it is, okay.
no, because that's how much it was.
That's why I don't pay much attention to that shit sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay, no, because they released they re-released the Spider-Man No Way Home steelbook on Best Buy for like that same exact price.
Dang. But what do you got for us, Runner? What's your first pick of the night?
All right, my first pick of the night is a steelbook from Scream Factory. It was the last one at my Best Buy, and it is a John Carpenter film. Great movie. Um, I need to rewatch it again. I watched a little bit of it on 4K. I think Tom and Greg can probably speak highly on the transfer more than me because I don't know. I couldn't really compare too much to like the Blu-ray and all that, but or the previous Blu-ray that I do own from Shout or Scream, whatever, and that is
Let it
the
all out.
Fog.
The Fog. Yeah, that the
I haven't
4K
caught the
does
new
look
one
good.
yet. Yeah, I've only watched the Studio Canal one a while back, and from what I can remember, it looked pretty good. Yeah.
I've heard like they made some changes for because I saw someone like do a comparison of the Studio Canal to the Scream Factory one on like somebody like compared the two transfers and
Really?
they said that the recent one that I have right now is a slightly better transfer.
Probably because it has Dolby Vision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never saw the previous studio. I got the Shout one, the Scream one, and I thought it looked pretty good. It's a little dark. I mean, it's a dark movie to begin with, but I thought it was
Exactly.
pretty darn clear and it looked pretty good. So
Yeah, as far as I know, the only difference between Shout and the Studio Canal is the Shout has Dolby Vision, and they did a Dolby Atmos track for it.
no, and Tom's got like 7 copies of the movie.
I know, that's why I didn't watch it yet. I got pissed.
I know, I don't
I got so
blame
many fucking. I'm gonna choke on it. So
you. But I do have the
Yeah, I mean,
old Shout Scream Blu-ray, and then I have the new 4K.
I have the
The
old
4K looks way better though.
I have the old Blu-ray too, and I have it on a pile. Like I have a pile of like.
I used to have the fucking DVD on top of it all.
I still have the DVD too.
Well, here's the thing. Like I put the old Blu-ray from Scream Factory of the Fog in like a pile of like movies I want to sell since I don't need it anymore.
Yeah, I'm getting to that point just to make room more than anything.
I honestly,
Yeah, exactly. Plus, I also need to make more money than
I know there's
normally
some stuff I've been meaning to sell myself, but I can't sell my Fog DVD. It's an old MGM Fog DVD because my nephew was like 8 years old and he saved up money and he bought it for me for Christmas one year, or my birthday. I mean, so I can't get rid of that DVD. But yeah, I got some stuff I do need to get to selling. So yeah,
Well, that's sweet. He gave you a DVD.
yeah. Well, he know that's what I always ask for, and he knows what I like, and he bought the Fog for me. So
That's cool. That's cool.
yeah, when he was 8, but now he's like 22 and he doesn't give a crap. He plays video games.
Oh
So.
my god, man, time flies.
Yeah. But yeah, the Fog. I thought the Shout Scream Factory looked great. I watched it over the Halloween, a little before Halloween. It was great. I had a good time with it. There are some scenes that are just. I don't think the 4K is going to help it any because it's so dark. But for the most part, it looks beautiful. So.
Yeah, for what I saw, it's not too bad.
No, it's pretty good.
And it was like $30 when I bought it, and it was the only one left in the shelf. And I tried to find like the standard 4K, but they didn't have it. They only had the one steelbook left, and I was like, mine.
Fuck your Best Buy.
Mine.
Easy, Golem. Calm down there.
I wasn't even trying to sound like Goal.
I moved a bunch of stuff around. I don't think it's on my.
Oh my god, I can't. Anytime I try to do a Golem impression, it fucks up my throat.
You're just crazy, Runner. You're crazy. But
You're
yeah,
crazier.
I do like the Steelbook. I didn't get the Steelbook. I got the regular
The Steelbook's
cover.
cool. The Steelbook's cool, but I kind of like the original poster
That's what I got.
with Jamie Lee Curtis.
It's Jamie Lee Curtis on the front. Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. This is pretty boss right here. You get to see the creatures of the fog. I can't lie. That's kind of cool.
It is a really sweet looking Steelbook.
That's probably one of the better looking Shout Steelbooks next to that They Live one that was released, the concept art.
Yeah.
Because was it they had a decent amount of Army of Darkness Steelbooks for the 4K, but I'm like, I'm sorry, that artwork is not as impressive as the original poster. The original poster.
We'll get to some horrible artwork here tonight.
Oh yeah, we will, but
We will.
no, but like because like I thought about getting that Army of Darkness Steelbook, but I'm like, no, I'm sorry, I can't. It's not worth it. That original poster fucking smacks.
But you know, it is what it is. But I do like the fog, and I do like the fact that John Carpenter said, I set out to make a simple ghost story, and after I made it, it was freaking hilarious, and I did not like it at all. I did not like it at all, so I had to go back and rechange it, fix it up.
That's what he said.
Yeah, he's like, I had to go back and reshoot some stuff and fix it up and add music in. I'll never do it again. I'll never do it again.
Wait,
I love listening to John Carpenter about his movies because we love his movies. Like we love Halloween 2. I love The Fog, but he like hates those movies. So
I remember I was going through some of the special features for They Live on the 4K release, and this is when I watched it on Blu-ray at the time. I didn't check out the 4K transfer yet, but John Carpenter was like, there was like an interview that you can watch of him, and they asked him, "Oh, did you have any intent of cutting out some parts of the big fight?" And he's like, "Fuck no."
yeah, I love it.
I was like, I fucking love this dude.
I love it. You can tell I love it listening to him because you can tell he don't give a shit. If he likes the movie he's making, he will he is ecstatic about it. And if he doesn't really like the movie he's making, he will tell you straight up. It's like, nah, I tried this and it didn't work. It sucks.
Like I kind of wish there were filmmakers who kind of behaved like that, and we don't have those.
Yeah,
people
there's
anymore.
a few.
There's a few, but like, there's not many of them.
No, that's an old school trait though.
Yeah,
but I love it. I guess we'll move on to me. If you got any other words on The Fog?
No, I need to rewatch. I need to rewatch it. It's not. It is a damn good movie, but it's not one of my favorite of his. If that makes sense.
I get it, but I like it. It's actually kind of one of my favorites because I just think I know that he thought it come across as a comedy and some people still, but I thought it was really creepy and eerie. And I'm with Tom.
Yeah,
that should have been like Halloween 2, The Fog, Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. Yeah, I think that could have been really interesting.
Halloween 4, Prince of Darkness. That would have been.
Yeah, something like that. That would have been cool.
Yeah, I would have liked that, but no, I think The Fog's a great movie. Don't get me wrong, it's a great movie. It's just not compared to his other movies. I mean, that just tells you how good I think his other movies are.
I mean, it was a great director. Greetings, Sean Stackhouse. Glad you're here with us this evening.
One of the best directors, arguably.
Mm-hmm. But we'll move on to me, I guess. I still have not yet received all my Scream Factory order from the big 10-year sale that I got. They sent me one Blu-ray that I ordered from the whole stack I ordered. And so I got the one Blu-ray and I watched it. I hadn't seen this movie in a long time. It's from the 90s. It's a bit of a black horror comedy. And that would be, hold up for you, Ravenous. I don't know if any of you guys have heard of this or seen this. It stars Guy Pearce, Robert Carlyle, Jeremy Davies, Jeffrey Jones, and David Arquette. I always kind of dug this movie, and I actually thought about maybe making a review for this since it is coming into the Thanksgiving season. I say
Never
that
heard of it.
I say that because this movie Ravenous is about a cannibal. It takes place during the Mexican-American War. Guy Pearce, yes, this is actually, I really do like this. Is a great movie. Sean, real quick before I get into this, don't know how the transfer is yet. I do got it, but I won't be watching it till December with the family, so I'll let you guys know next month. But this movie is hilarious. It's hilarious and scary and creepy and gory all at the same time. Guy
Tom
Pearce
might.
played.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was gonna
Go
say
ahead.
Tom might answer that question about the Christmas vacation
Yeah.
transfer. Sorry to interrupt,
Yeah.
Greg.
That's okay. So Guy Pearce plays this soldier who he gets awarded this medal because he fought in the American Mexican War, because somehow he got behind enemy lines and he captured, he won the little battle they were in. But he's actually a coward. He actually played dead, and when so they drug his body and started piling up all the dead officers on top of him, and then like the blood of them ran down into his mouth, and he crawled out, and he was like this like wild guy, and so he's awarded a medal, but they know he's a coward, so they send him off to this little itty bitty fort out in California, to where there's like only 5 people there, and that's Jeffrey Jones, David Arquette, who's a pothead, a couple Indians, Jeremy Davis, who's like
he's playing himself, basically, David.
Yeah, basically. And so they're like, he gets out there with Jeffrey Jones, and Jeffrey Jones is like the main, the leader of the fort. And so Robert Carlyle, who you guys might know from the Full Monty, he shows up one day outside of the fort, and he's like this really, really creepy guy. And he tells them a story how him and 6 other people were on a wagon train headed into California, and they got stuck out in the wilderness during the winter, and they couldn't get out. They're trapped in this cave. Everybody started getting real hungry, and they started it's very much like the Donner Party meets it's like the story of this really famous cannibal guy that I can't remember the name at the moment, but like they started eating each other, and Robert Carlyle character supposedly ran away and left a woman behind with this evil general who's part of the American army, whatever. And so he takes him back to the cave, and turns out he was the guy all along, and he just like slaughters them all except Guy Pearce. And then Guy Pearce makes it back, and he tries to tell everybody that's left, David Arquette and the Indians and another general who shows up to see what's going on, the story. They don't believe him. And then Robert Carlyle character shows up, and he's given control of the thing because they think he's the general. And it's like this. I'm not explaining it well because this is a movie that you really got to see, because it's hard to explain, because like the story of like the Indians tell the story of the Wendigo. If you consume the flesh of a human, and you take on their soul and their spirit, and you become stronger and faster. And so, it's like this really whole like manifest destiny. It's more than just like ravenous for the flesh. It's like ravenous for the expansion and all kinds of things. It's like a really, you got to see the movie. I really would explain it better, but I'm not explaining it good.
Yeah, you kind of lost me there, but
you got to see this. You just got to see it, because if once you watch it, then you will get it. And yeah, it's a great writing. It's very suspenseful.
Surprisingly, I've never seen it, but I remember when it came out, and it was fairly popular, kind of like it found its audience on video and stuff like
it wasn't like a huge hit. It's more like a cult classic. That's the thing, is like I'm trying to explain it, but it's hard to explain this movie because I don't even think they knew how they didn't know how to market this movie, and it is hard to explain this movie. But once you watch the movie, you go, "Oh, I get it," because it's like this really dark comedy and like horror movie, and it's just, you got to see it. And plus, the music really helps with the movie, because the music is like this really weird, like upbeat like bluegrassy type music that gets real serious at times. I don't know. It's just really hard to explain. But do yourself a favor if you can watch this movie because it is totally worth it. It's just like a really weird movie that I really enjoy. And that's one I bought from Screen Factory because I hadn't seen that in years. I actually probably haven't seen that since when did this come out? 1999. Yeah, I probably haven't seen it since 1999. And I had been wanting to watch it for a long time. So it's a fun movie. It's fun. It's creepy, fun, everything. Yeah, I knew I'd be probably the only one that saw that, but yeah, if you guys want to see it, watch it. It was OOP. I got it during the sale for like $7.99. So
Must be now.
yeah, it might be now. I know it's. I did not explain it well, but trust me, the movie's better than I explained it. So, what do you got for us, Tom? What's your next one? Okay.
Sorry, I was dealing with something real quick.
Oh, sorry. That's okay.
That's all right. What should I do next here? Well, fuck it. Since we were talking about Full Moon earlier, I have the big Puppet Master box, but I just happened to sit down and watch Puppet Master again after a while. It's been a while. Boy, does it look like shit.
Yeah, I watched it not too long ago.
I'm like, I don't remember this looking so bad, but like, Charlie, you got to go back and remaster these movies, man. You need to hire us. Get me and Robert in there or whatever. Let us at those movies, man.
You know what's really weird about it too is like he has a deal with Bill Lustig, who has Blue Underground, because he shows the Blue Underground stuff on the streaming service. Why doesn't he work with Bill Lustig to do these transfers?
I don't know. Because I'll tell you right now, like, I swear I made a version of it. Because this movie's, the Puppet Master movies have actually been remastered in HD a few times.
Mm-hmm.
Because I had a satellite system that was one of the first HD satellites. It was called Voom or Zoom or some shit like that. And they had, I believe HDNet originated there. And on that channel, they had shown, at that time, there was only 5 of them, 5 of the Puppet Master movies, all in high definition. And I swear they looked better then. But again, it's so long ago, I don't remember. This thing looks like garbage. And I love this movie, and I'm bringing it up because we're supposed to be getting Puppet Master 3 next year on 4K, and if Trancers is any indication how that's gonna go, yeah, I'm not too excited about this.
That's what I mean, I watched Puppet Master this past Halloween. It doesn't look the greatest. It definitely needs an upgrade. But like with Trancers, I'm not really excited about part 3 coming on 4K anymore. It's just, I don't think it's gonna.
No, you got to go back to the negative for these. These look like shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't watched the other ones in a while either, but I can probably imagine how bad they look. And if they do what they did to Trancers, that's all it's going to be. It's just like an upconvert of the Blu-ray that exists. And if it looks like shit, it's going to look even shittier. Kind of like Trancers. So, I don't know.
Yeah. But, I mean,
the movie itself, though, is a lot of fun. I like it a lot.
Yeah. How long's it been since you've seen it?
Oh, not that long. This is one of those movies that have seen quite a few times and quite often. But I used to have the videotape. And, the first one's always been one I've been pretty partial to. 1 and 3 are like my 2 favorites, probably.
Yeah.
But no, like I've always liked the first one. It's to me, I was kind of surprised they didn't decide to put it in theaters because it is a really good little horror movie, and it's better than it deserves, that its fate deserves, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Being a straight to video franchise like that, I mean, it was very well done, and very the technical aspects of it with the puppets are really well done. The story itself is pretty solid.
Yeah.
I really like how it plays out. The cast is great, especially led by Paul Lamont and whatnot.
Yes.
And you got William Hickey as Toulon in the beginning. I mean, you don't get a lot of history with Toulon, but what you do get is I just love the way the movie kind of flows and how it has like a natural tone to it that just fits it, and it doesn't take itself too seriously, but at the same time it's not a it's not a goof off movie like some of the sequels ended up becoming.
Yeah.
No, it's very well done. To me, it deserves a place right next to movies like Child's Play.
Yeah.
As far as like the type of movie it is.
Yeah, that
So
first
yeah,
one is
no, the movie
great.
itself is extremely underrated, and sadly, it just hasn't gotten the love it deserves.
I wish it would. And I mean, I know Charlie owns it and he's completely pretty much all independent now. And yeah, he could find somebody like you and Robert or even Bill Lustig or somebody to help him upgrade these movies, because that Puppet Master, it truly is a great movie. It does still surprise me to this
Well,
day that never made it to the theaters.
look, I mean, he's got. I know how he is, and I know how he is about his margins and making money and all that shit. Look, somebody's gonna have to sit Charlie down and go. You got to take at least your 5 biggest movies, go back and remaster them from the negatives if they still exist.
Yeah.
Being Puppet Master 3, Trancers, Subspecies, and whatever other one you would say is probably the most popular full moon feature. I mean,
Yeah.
take your pick. But that's what I would do. Take your top 5, do them first, see how that works out. I bet you, as long as it looks good, or if not, you know what? Here's the other thing, Charlie. Start lending them out to like Blue Underground or Synapse or Vinegar Syndrome. They would love these movies, I bet. Especially the pup. I would love to see like a Synapse or Vinegar Syndrome box set of all the Puppet Master movies.
Same here.
And I would pay that much for it, especially for the first and third one. It's worth it. I mean, and I like part 4 as well, but 5 is a letdown. I like Retro Puppet Master all right, but the rest of the sequels I can kind of give or take for the most part. 2 is okay, but
I kind of like the first 4, and then I'm kind of like, eh. But
the only problem I had with 2 is they should have made some way to go that wasn't really Toulon in that movie.
Yeah, because they changed the story like again after that, back to the way it was supposed to be.
Like it's an imposter or something like that. They should just off the cuff remark in part 4 or something like that.
They should have, yeah. And you know, I enjoyed Dr. Death. It's really short, but I
saw that just came out, and that's part of the reason that motivated me to check this out, because I was thinking about checking that out myself, and you know what? I'm going to revisit the Puppet Masters first.
Yeah, go ahead. And you might want to revisit Retro Puppet Master, because that does play into
Which
Dr.
is actually
Death.
one of my favorite ones. Yeah, and I remember that's where they introduced Dr. Death.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, that has what's his face from The Room in it. Tommy Wiseau's a good
friend.
Tommy
Wiseau.
And actually, if you read his book, he talks a little bit about the making of that.
Nice.
Of course, that's all left out of the movie and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, Dr. Death was good. I enjoyed it for what it was. It's only about an hour long. It does tie back into the franchise. It's got some pretty cool kills. But I do want to say, I give a shout out to 2 of the cast members, Bill Russell and Aaron Butcher. They've checked out my review and they liked my review of their movie. So
the trailer didn't look bad.
Yeah. So they've left comments on my video and stuff. That's pretty cool. So I dug that. It's not often that happens.
Yeah.
But
so when I get through the set, I'll bring in my big box. I've got the big wooden box.
Nice. It's not a bad little movie. I mean, like I said, it gives me everything I would want. It gives me a killer puppet. It gives me boobs. It gives me some good kills. So I'm like, I'm cool with it. I mean, it's not the best acting in the world, but I mean, it's Charlie Band's Full Moon. What do you expect?
Then again, I enjoyed it. You know, honestly, I wouldn't say it's that bad. In fact, Paul Lamatt does a really great job. He's an underrated actor.
Yeah, he is, because ever since the George Lucas, I can't think of the name.
Oh, American Graffiti.
Graffiti. Yeah, he's always been awesome in that.
And of course, you got a quick cameo from Barbara Crampton in it.
Mm-hmm.
But like I noticed myself really this time around for some reason, I don't know why. I really found myself like going the character Dana, the weirdo, the White Witch.
Yeah, with
like,
the cat.
I found her
or the dog.
Irene Miracle, her portrayal in this movie, for some reason I was like captivated by it this time. I'm like, God, I never realized how good she is in this movie. You know, because you're always kind of paying attention to everything else. And even though she's kind of the driving force of the movie for the most part, until she gets killed. Yeah. She's the one who doesn't trust him, and she's kind of,
yeah, she's like putting the things up on the door and everything.
And there's a connection at the end with her still with the dog and everything like that. So no, like this time around, for some reason that stuck out to me a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
I was just kind of like, oh yeah, I kind of enjoyed her performance quite a bit more this time for some reason. I
Yeah.
don't know what it was. Just happened to stick out to me a little bit
Didn't
more.
notice the first time around, and then this time around it was.
Well, I mean, I always noticed her there, and I always liked the character, but just some reason this time, like I found myself, I don't know, like sometimes when I watch a movie, I'll eventually, like if I've seen it a million times, like this one too, because it almost
Mhm.
becomes old hat, right? It's like just
Right.
throwing on an old album. You know the beats, you know the sounds, you know the songs.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you just find yourself listening to the bass beat for a while or listening to the drum beat just to kind of concentrate on it. And I don't know if some people can do this, but it's just something I can do in my head. And just this time around, I was listening to her beat of the movie for some reason.
Yeah.
Like I was following her this time through the movie, and I just picked her character because just for some reason that first scene with her at the carnival, it just kicked in again. I'm like, yeah, I like this character. I remember this
Yeah.
character. And then I don't know why. It's just a natural thing that happens to me. I know it sounds weird, but
I mean, that's kind of like what happened to me with Lost Boys, because like I've seen it so many times, and I know that it's a bit of a rift on Peter Pan and the Lost Boys. You know,
right.
he wants the kids. One of the kids, even it's Michael is one of them. It's like for whatever reason, when I watched the 4K this time around, it sort of all just like clicked in my head with like him as the head vampire and what he was trying to achieve and everything. It was just something I mean, I knew it was there. I've noticed it, but then for whatever reason, I noticed it more, and it sort of just clicked into me. So I get where you're coming from on that. So yeah, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the Puppet Master. I watched that this past Halloween too, so it was great.
Oh, so you just saw it recently too. I know you got the
Yeah,
box set. Or did you get the box set
I only got the
separately?
first
Or?
two because I picked the 10 movies.
Yeah.
I was going to get the box set, but then I was like, I need some Full Moon, so I got 10 free movies. So
I mean, I was more excited to get some of the sequels in better quality because those, ironically, have been in such shitty quality on DVD to begin with.
yeah,
Especially like Retro Puppet Master and Curse of the Puppet Master. Like, I'm surprised Curse of the Puppet Master even looked that good because it looked like it was shot on video to begin with. I mean, it doesn't look great, but I mean, yeah.
yeah. It's true. It's true. But yeah, I would like to see Charles Band to kind of fix his movies a little bit. I mean, I'm glad to have him though. Glad to have him. But Runner, what do you got first? What's your next pick of the night? Or is it? Yeah, it's for you, Runner. Yeah.
My next pick is probably gonna be your next pick as well, so we might as well.
Oh, you want to
show
do
this.
that now? Hold on.
Yeah,
That's right. I did say we was going to do it now. Let me.
You said you were gonna do a second. So
Yeah. I remember. Go ahead.
Do you want to
Start your camera whenever you're ready.
All right, whenever I'm ready. All right. I finally watched this movie. Greg's talked about it a lot, and I found it at my Best Buy, so I thought I'd get it, and I did watch it yesterday, and I surprisingly enjoyed it more than I thought. I don't love it nearly as much as Greg, but
This is what I think it is. I'm going to throw something because I didn't get mine yet.
Yeah, it's what you think it is.
God damn it!
Yeah, it's what you think it is. What else can I say?
I only have the DVD, the digital version, but my Blu-ray hasn't shown up yet. Fuck you, Amazon.
Dude, Amazon is oh my god, yeah.
Yeah,
Earth Girls Are Easy, starring somebody that looks nothing like Gina Davis on the cover.
Look, I brought here's the DVD. Look at that artwork.
Please tell me that artwork is on the disc itself.
No.
God
Look, here's even the VHS. This is what pisses me off because as somebody who will keep these three here, there's that, and then we have this. It's like
looks
what
horrible.
It's horrible. And this image is on the DVD
cover, but there's no flip, there's no alternate.
No, there's no alternate. Nope.
No, which sucks. I really hoped that there was, but come on, Vestron.
Damn you, Vestron.
Yeah, this is one of the very rare slips that Vestron has with the artwork.
So. Well, this is one I remember early on when I first hopped on here with this. This is one I remember mentioning needed a remastering, and now we have it. So how does it look?
I think it looks great because I actually popped in the DVD after I watched the Blu-ray. It's better. It's a lot better.
It looked pretty good.
Yeah.
Is it in the proper aspect ratio for once?
As far as I could tell, it looks like it. As far as I could tell, you would probably be able to tell more than
cropped off. Well, it's got it's widescreen, right, with bars on top and bottom.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll say this. When I started watching the movie, when the aliens talked the way they did, I'm like, yeah, I can see why Greg would like this movie
Yeah, I'm looking
because of
at the
all the
back of.
goofiness.
Yeah, it's goofy. I love it. I'm looking at the back of the DVD here. It says the aspects ratio is 185:1, and the Blu-ray Vestron says it's 235:1. So I think they fixed it. Yeah. Anyways, go ahead, Runner. I'm sorry.
Um, oh, I don't know. I mean, I did enjoy this movie for what it was. Um, I'm happy I have it in my collection. And I bought it for like $11,
Yeah, it's
which
super cheap.
yeah, which I'm like, yeah, I'll get it. Why not?
Seriously, I like this movie. I think it's freaking hilarious. I love the performances in it.
The cast is great, dude.
The cast is great. I love Michael McKean as the surfer guy. That guy cracks me up.
He was great.
He was great.
Um,
It's like I told you earlier. I've watched this movie multiple times. Maybe it's because I never really noticed before, or the clarity, or whatever. But the Blu-ray I thought was pretty clear enough that I actually saw Gina Davis's breast in this movie when her and Jeff
did-
Goldblum are getting it on, which I had never noticed before.
I
I
So
think I
you-
remember seeing something like it's pretty
Yeah.
revealing in that one scene.
Yeah, I mean, I always knew. I mean, it's got a lot of TNA in it, and it's not like nudity, but I don't know why I never noticed it
I-
before, but
and
this time I noticed it.
I have noticed it for the first
Ron's like, I have
viewing.
noticed it.
I noticed it. I zoomed in. I paused it, rewound, and watched it again and again and again
And again and again.
I didn't do that, but I did see it for the first time, unlike Greg.
I like the movie. I mean, it's just this weird MTV-esque time capsule of the 80s in the Valley. And I mean, that's what Julie Brown was going for the Valley type thing. And she kind of got pissy about the movie all these years. But from the interview I watched, it looks like she's kind of made a peace with the movie and how it is and how people like it now. So that's nice to hear.
It was almost like one of those instant cult films because I mean, it didn't do well at the box office.
Yeah, it flopped.
But I remember it playing endlessly on cable. I'm pretty sure that's where I saw it the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I remember the title being hilarious to begin with. Like it was one of those movies that everybody kind of knew about. But anyway, like yeah, it's a classic film. I wish I had the Blu-ray to take a look because I'm curious why they just didn't go for the gusto and do a 4K.
Yeah.
I mean, the colorfulness of this movie just screams 4K.
Oh man,
and the music and all that stuff. You could do a nice Dolby Atmos remix and all that stuff. And I'm not saying it probably deserves. You know, that's probably why they didn't because of the cost. But
yeah.
But I mean, I watched the price of this Blu-ray go down and down and down on Amazon, so I don't know. And I haven't got mine yet, so they must be selling okay.
It must be. I thought it looked all right. Like I said, I popped in the DVD.
I think mine's supposed to be here tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, you'll be able to tell more than I. To be honest, you'll be able to tell better than I can. But I thought it looked pretty darn good.
Well, I've had the
Blu-ray.
digital HD version for a couple years now, and I hate that one because it's cropped off because it's basically the cable cut. Like for whatever version, because for a while there they would do cable versions of movies.
Yeah.
And they would crop them off to 16:9 is what they do. Basically the secondary version of pan and scan. For some reason, a lot of those wound up in the digital masters. So like when you go buy it on Vudu or whatever, that's the version you end up getting. Hopefully they'll update that now with this new version. But yeah, that one looked piss poor. And then the DVD that you showed there is so bad. That thing is off the old laser disc.
Yep.
It's and not even Artisan. 16:9. Yeah, it's Artisan and it's like, okay, so there's my second question then. What special features are on this? Did anything get carried over? Are we missing anything?
It looks like the only thing that probably was carried over from this is Earth Girls TV Karaoke. I think that's about it. Because this has new interviews with the director, with Julie Brown, with the director of photography, Aliens in LA, an interview with the special makeup effects guy, Earth Girls Karaoke, which is what's on the DVD. And then it's got vintage interviews, vintage premiere night promos, and behind the scenes footage, deleted scenes, outtakes, theatrical trailers, TV spots. So the Blu-ray has definitely got way more than the old DVD only has the trailer, additional scenes, and Earth Girls TV Karaoke is what the old DVD has. So yeah. looks like everything that's on this is on here.
All right, well, then that means I might be able to replace my old one. It sans the cover anyway.
Yeah, cover's horrible. But I'm glad you liked it, Runner, because it's one of those off the wall cult classic type movies, and I'm sure it's not something you'll repeat a bunch of times like I have, but I'm glad you liked it.
No, but I did enjoy it for what it was.
That's cool.
It's nice.
I was gonna say we could wait for this, but evidently, here's a look at there's a color change in the Christmas Vacation 4K Blu-ray, and I had mentioned that it kind of looked a little darker. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
So here's the original Blu-ray. Here's what it looks like in 4K.
Oh,
Blue washed.
Oh.
I wonder if they did it to make it look more Christmassy, maybe.
Well, there's something to it. So yeah, there's yellow in the house here. You can see the yellow in the Christmas tree lights there. Look at the difference.
It looks more
there's
natural.
No yellow in the house at all.
Yeah, the other one looks way more natural.
Yeah, they pulled all the color. This is what happened to Out of Sight. And here's another thing I've noticed too with Warner Brothers that I got to complain about. They've been using a little too much DNR lately.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yes, this has some good grain structure in it for the most part, but it should be a little bit grainier than that, probably. I noticed it was seemingly a little bit darker from the start, but I only watched the first scene, so the animated intro looked really good. Yeah, and for some reason the Blu-rays are only HDR for their Christmas releases they just did at Warner, but if you go get the digital versions, they have Dolby Vision on them.
Huh.
Go figure.
I mean,
and I think the Dolby Vision really would have helped this situation. Maybe I could be wrong, but
maybe that kind of sucks. I bought it. I have it. I just haven't watched it yet. Now, kind of like, I mean, I'm sure it looks probably the best it's going to look.
It looks good. Still. Yeah, don't get me wrong, because the old Blu-rays were not very good.
Yeah,
they even remastered it a few years back, and it didn't help much.
Yeah. Huh. Okay. But Runner, I'm glad you did like it. And I know you said you've only ever seen Gina Davis and Stuart Little.
Yeah.
Here's a movie for you to check out.
The Fly.
Here's a movie. The Fly. Yes. Check out The Fly with Jeff Goldblum and Gina Davis. And here's one that's right up your speed that I know you will like, Runner. It stars Gina Davis and Samuel L. Jackson. It's called The Long Kiss Goodnight.
That's a good one.
Yes, The Long Kiss Goodnight. It's a great movie. She's basically Jason Bourne in that movie.
Then Gina Davis went crazy woke.
Yeah, then she went crazy woke, sadly. But yeah, check out Long Kiss Goodnight. It's a good one. She looks pretty good in that too.
Beetlejuice is okay too.
Yeah, Beetlejuice is good.
I've heard of that movie that she was in with Samuel Jackson. I've heard that was good. I just haven't seen it yet.
Oh yes, and Transylvania 65000. That's another movie with Jeff Goldblum that she's in. That's a really good movie too, and she is really smoking hot in that one too. But yeah, it sucks when you when you find out all these actresses and actors that you liked as a kid the way they are now. It kind of sucks. It's just like,
yeah.
But yeah, check that out. Tom, I guess it's to you now.
Let's do me.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna do this one next year. I got a new one this week. It's not a new movie, but it's a new steelbook, and I think I was one of the first people to put out there that it was going to be a Groove exclusive.
Oh.
And that was 8 Mile. And
the moment you want it, you gotta never let it go. That's a nice little steelbook. I'm not a huge Eminem fan though.
I'm not either, but you know what? I mean, I didn't really care for this movie all that much when it first came out, but watching it this time, I enjoyed it quite a bit for some reason. It aged really well. It aged really well. The sound is really good. The DTS X remix on this is amazing. Just the bass and how it just fills your room. It's a great. They did a great job with it, and I can recommend, especially considering I think the steelbook's only like $20, so I can recommend it.
No, only $20. Huh?
I was gonna ask, is it worth picking up? Because the standard disc is at my Best Buy.
How much is it?
Best Buy?
I forgot. Let me look real quick. Probably not too expensive, but
because Groove actually has pretty good sales on there. Because Groove is actually Universal's direct thing. So I think I got it for like $17.99 or whatever plus shipping and whatnot. Or whatever
I'm
it was.
literally
Or maybe they
scrolling
didn't even
through their
charge me
website.
shipping. I'd have to look.
I'm
They've
literally
had that.
I'm
Go ahead.
literally scrolling through their website right now because they have a 3 for $30 deal going on right now.
I did see like Groove. Groove had that sale. Is it still going on where like if you buy two or one or
They
two,
had
you
like
get one
two
free
for
or something?
they had like two titles for
$21.99.
yeah. So that's well, if it's not the steelbook, that's a little expensive, but it's
Okay.
not too bad. I'd almost rather go through Groove because Greg's right. They do always have great sales there, not just on Universal movies either, but like
Yeah,
other stuff too. Like they have like 2 for $30 and kind of sales and all that kind of stuff.
they had what's that movie? It's not the Shout Factory version, but it's got it's still got a lot of great good special features on it. It's called Trick or Treat. What you wanted to get, Tom?
I got
Trick or
that,
Treat.
but I got the Shout one.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't think they charged me shipping and handling for this.
They're pretty good.
I don't know if they normally do or don't, but maybe since I pre-ordered it, because I'm trying to think, did I order something else with it too? Maybe I did. I can't remember now, but I mean they came in separately. I know that. And then I finally got my Mystery Men yesterday in the mail. That took forever for some reason.
That's another Kino, right?
Yeah, but I got it directly through Kino and I pre-ordered it. And I canceled all my Amazon Kino orders. And I just pre-ordered everything through Kino Direct. Because they were saying my Dress to Kill and Usual Suspects wasn't going to come till January. I'm like, fuck.
And I do remember, yeah, and I do. Speaking of like since you brought it up a minute ago, when I said I heard that people were not getting their Kino order from Amazon a while back. What title
Amazon,
was?
Yeah.
It was the Jennifer Lopez George Clooney one you just talked about.
Oh yeah, Out of Sight. Yeah, that's Out of Sight. I think that's one I got through Kino as well. That's the thing I noticed lately is like all my Kino pre-orders have all been getting pushed off. And I noticed this a little while back, but I didn't really think nothing of it. I just thought it was my own thing because I ended up getting a couple of the 4K like the Kubrick ones that they released and stuff like that, like Last Kiss I think it's called or whatever, and the other one. Because I didn't come from, my Amazon ones weren't showing up forever. And I started doing it then, and then I went back to ordering from Amazon again, and I've noticed the similar pattern again of me not getting my fucking movies all of a sudden from them. And I brought it up to Bill Hunt, and he's like, maybe it's a distribution or a supply issue. I'm like, well, that's the thing, though, is if you order from Kino, you get them right away.
Yeah.
So it's not like they don't have. It can't be a supply issue. It's got to be more that I think it has something to do with like the Disney thing. For those who don't remember, a few years back, Amazon and Disney got into it because Disney wouldn't give Amazon a deal on Blu-rays. So Amazon for a while quit allowing people to pre-order Disney titles on Amazon. It was a big fucking hooscow. And then when you would order them, you wouldn't get them for like a week or two. They seemingly have worked it out since then. But this feels like that 2.0 all of a sudden. Yeah. I wonder if Amazon tried strong arming Kino into a deal, and Kino's like, "Fuck you."
Yeah. So I was wondering too, because like you're not the only person I've heard. It's like I heard it was Out of Sight.
Becoming a trend, yeah.
Yeah, and I was going to order one from Amazon, which I haven't yet. I decided not to because of this. The Planet of the Vampires, that old movie. I don't know if you've heard of that. I was going to order that from Amazon. It just came out from Kino a couple months ago. It was said like it'd be here in like 2 months. And I was like, no, I don't. Why would I do that? And then you go over to Kino and you could have it like in a week. So I don't know what the deal is. So yeah, it's something's up with that. Something's
up with it. The Score was another one of mine that got delayed. I'm like, I should have had this a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
The Marlon Brando movie.
Yeah, Marlon Brando and Robert. It's Robert. No, it's not Robert De Niro, is it? Is he in that?
It's Robert De Niro.
Yeah, Robert De Niro, Marlon Brando, and Edward Norton.
So.
Yeah, but yeah, that's I like Planet of the Vampires. I've been meaning to pick up that Kino. I was this close to buying it from Amazon, and when they told me that it wouldn't be there for another 2 months when I could go to Kino, I was just like, I'll just buy it from Kino. And I
I'm
forgot to
gonna
go to
start
it and
from
get
now
it.
on just going to get because actually I got Mystery Men earlier. I'm looking at it right now. It's not even supposed to be out till the 22nd.
There you go. I know some people were
So I got
getting
it way
Tropic
early.
Thunder way earlier too.
Yeah, I got it early too because I ordered that one during the sale.
Oh yeah.
So an Escape from Alcatraz was another one that they had pushed off to like fucking January. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then, and what really set it off was I started seeing, I didn't think nothing of it at first. And then I started seeing everybody posting their pictures of Usual Suspects. And I'm like, where the fuck's my Usual Suspects? Not that I really care that much. It's not like I love that movie or anything. But that's kind of what keyed me into there's a problem.
Yeah.
Something's going on here. Amazon's not working with Kino for some reason. So if I were you guys, I would stop pre-ordering anything of Kino's from Amazon and just go to Kino Direct. You know what? And it's better that way anyway, probably because Kino's getting more of the money.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather support them that way anyway. It's gotten to a point where most of these boutique companies, I just directly go through them anymore. Even if I got to pay a little bit more,
yeah,
it's almost just worth it because then I know I get a little bit better customer service too on the other end sometimes.
Yeah. I agree with you. Plus, kudos to them because it does always make me spend a little more with their deals they have. Is like if you spend 50, you
There's
get
that
free
too.
shipping, and then
Yeah.
you're like, well, I have been
Okay,
wanting this
right.
title too, so they get me on that too. So
no, sorry about that rant, but anyway, I'm glad you guys are saying that that movie looks good. I should find out by tomorrow or Saturday, hopefully.
Like I said, I think you'll know better than I
Friday.
will because you have the digital one already and everything.
The digital one looks like ass.
So I thought it looked pretty darn good.
Yeah, the digital one I had before, because it's cropped off. I think it's only in 2.0 stereo, but then again, I'm not sure if the movie's ever been in 5.1 to begin with.
Yeah.
What is it? Is it on the DVD or not? I don't have.
I was about to go check that real quick.
It might say AC3 or 5.1 or whatever. But
see, English 2.0 DTS HD Master.
Oh, no, it's only been in stereo then this whole time. I'm not surprised.
Still stereo.
But no, it's cropped off to shit and it looks like garbage on the old digital version. They may have upgraded it now.
Well, like I said, you'll be able to tell me more because I thought it looked good. So we'll see.
Well, I do. Let me go look right now on my Vudu. It might be upgraded.
Yeah. I totally forgot even what movie Tom just showed, by the way. Because we started to...
8 Mile.
Oh, 8 Mile. It was 8 Mile. That's what
was it. My turn? I forgot.
Yeah, it was. You were showing 8 Mile and we started talking about Kino.
Well, 8 Mile is kind of just like, it is 8 Mile, right? It's the Eminem movie.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is, I guess.
By the way, I looked at Groove or whatever. The steelbook is $26.
No, they still haven't upgraded this shit. That or they have two different versions. That's very possible because look how I'm not gonna play it. I just paused it. Look how bad this looks. That's the old version.
Oh yeah, no, it doesn't look like that at all.
Yeah.
No, the Blu-ray does not look like that.
Yeah, that's pretty.
No, it does not look like that.
Yeah, that's even looks darker than the Blu-ray.
Oh, I'm sure because that's probably like an upconvert of the 720p cable version. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, so yeah, you'll definitely enjoy the Blu-ray then when you get it because it looks way better than that, and it's pretty bright too. So I dig it. But yeah, 8 Mile. Like you said, I've never been a huge Eminem fan. I always remember the song though. The moment you want it, you'll never let it go.
You gotta lose yourself. Yeah, I mean, the best part about the movie, honestly, you're probably if it would have been a movie that was wall to wall Eminem music, I probably wouldn't have liked it myself. And I don't hate Eminem, but I have no real love for him either. He's always just kind of been there to me. He was just like another one of those guys.
Yeah.
We already had a dozen of him. You know,
yeah.
Then he became Eminem, so it was what it was. But this movie itself, as it is, the best part is it's got a bunch of other music in it, and it's, you know, not Eminem so much licking his balls as it is, you know, just him trying to play a role that's similar to himself, which is smart of a director to do for a first-time actor like this. And he's not a horrible actor. He's surrounded by really good actors. That helps. I mean, you've got everybody from Kim Basinger to Mekhi Phifer to Michael Shannon and, you know, a couple other people, Brittany Murphy, obviously, and stuff like that. So, I mean, he's got a great cast around him. The movie flows well. Flows, get it?
Flows. Spaghetti?
anymore. Yeah, no, it works. It works. I thought it was a very well done film. Surprisingly,
Oh.
it aged well. It aged well. Like I remember when it first came out, I thought, it's a little pretentious. It's kind of a bit of a 2-hour music video kind of thing.
Yeah.
To me, it felt like when it first came out because it was all over MTV and everything. So but now looking back on it, 20 years later, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. Aged much better than I remember because I only watched it maybe 2-3 times when it first came out.
Yeah, I think I don't. To be honest, I don't think
I
I've
have
seen
the
it all the way
Blu-ray and
through.
it's still in plastic. Let's put it that way.
I don't think I've actually seen it all the way through because I just was never really a big fan of Eminem. I was just like,
I liked it.
So it's all right. It's okay.
See, and that's what I figured out this time is like I'm managing because like every time I was gonna turn around, I'm like, maybe I'll go watch something else. Because like every time the movie would kind of get me into that point where I'm like,
Yeah.
Then something else would happen in the movie. I'm like, oh yeah, this part's funny. Oh yeah, this part's fun. Oh yeah, this is an intense. So like I started to remember the movie more and more as I was going through it. So that's a good sign.
Mm-hmm.
So that means that I'm still remembering this movie. Like there's movies I've seen 2-3 weeks ago that are newer films that I don't fucking half-ass remember. So
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Did it age better than the Britney Spears movie that she made, Crossroads?
Oh God, yes.
You remember Crossroads?
Yes. Leaps and bounds, yes. Which is funny because I
Oh.
heard, believe it or not, I couldn't believe this. This it made me feel really old this morning. Speaking of Eminem and Britney Spears, I heard Britney Spears on the oldies station today.
Oh God, no!
Oh my God, hit me, baby, one more time. On oldies 94.9.
No, I can't be old.
It was bad enough when Salt and Pepper was on there with shit. It's like a little shit. At least this is the 80s,
Yeah. Oh, that sucks, man. I still remember.
Next thing you know, I'm gonna turn it on tomorrow, and you're gonna lose yourself in the music. The mom, like, no, I'm old.
I'm old. I'm young. Back to the Future reference.
I know, right? Brett, 20 years old.
Yeah.
And it aged well, so I got to give it props. So.
That's funny.
Looks good too. It was shot on film, so of course it would.
Yeah. Oh, it's nice to know that 4K holds up. Well, the movie holds up and the 4K looks good. So that's cool.
I might be overhyping it a bit, but I had fun with it. I didn't expect to really enjoy it because like you, Greg, I was like, I don't like my memory of it. It was just kind of like, yeah, it's the Eminem movie.
Yeah, that's what I like. Yeah, it's the Eminem movie. It's yeah. What's on? That's what I used to.
It's the Eminem movie. Yeah, what's next? The best part. Fast forward to it. Okay, the end credits done.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I always remember the rap battle being the best part of the movie. Personally,
that's what I mean. And really, I'm watching it, and I do. It's not like I'm dumb. I'm like, this is just Rocky with rap.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
It pretty much, yeah. Brittany Murphy's in it, ain't she? She plays this. Yeah, she plays this. Yeah, I just remembered that.
No, that's what I was saying. It has a great cast around him, and that says a lot. That speaks to his acting, right? Because he was able to hold his own against this great cast around him. I forgot Michael Shannon was in it. That was the one that was like, oh yeah, Michael Shannon's in this. He plays Kim Basinger's boyfriend.
Huh. I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch it then myself because I forgot some of this. Because, like I said, I never really. I was like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
I have to go check it out.
All right, what else we got?
All right, so is it me? I had my last pick, but
I only got one left now.
Yeah, I got one left. My last pick might sort of go along with what you have, Runner or Tom.
Well, Runner's got two, so you might want to let him go.
So let's see what you got.
How did you
end
up with two? How do you still have two left?
Yeah.
Because
I started.
Greg,
never mind.
Yeah. You started, and Greg and I showed the same movie last time. I'll show this one. This is a steelbook. I wanted to get it when it first came out, but someone ahead of me in line took two fucking steelbooks, which were all that were left, which fucking sucked.
But you did your part, so
you enlisted.
Well, no. So then Friday, No, so then
You didn't
Friday
watch
of
the
last
movie.
year, I ended up finding the steelbook. I bought it, which means I did my part. Uh and yeah, if you don't understand the reference, it's fucking Starship Troopers.
Yeah, we were already referencing
Yeah,
it
yeah.
before you did.
I'm mostly talking to the chat. I know you guys knew what I was talking about, but
I do like that steelbook though. It is a nice looking
I
steelbook.
do like the steelbook. It's got this comic book art.
I don't know
kind
about
of
the
feel.
yellow so much, but it's not bad.
No, I think the yellow is pretty cool. And
Not bad.
this is the back right here.
Oh.
This little bug creature from the movie.
Medic.
Dude, Clancy Brown, dude, such an underrated actor. I love him in this.
It's a good movie. It's all right. I've not seen that movie in years.
Ramirez. Sorry, I was listening to Clancy Brown quite a bit in the last couple hours before I got here.
We got 5 is that Australian dollars from Brett Cohen? Australian. It says, now I'm home. Gotta say, the last few months listening in has been great with the people talking about the joys of media, even with some floors here and there. Well, thank you, Brett Cohen. I appreciate that. Glad you like it. Let's see, what can I give you? How about a little bit of Road to Revenge?
Yeah.
That movie is so bad. You got to see that movie, Tom. That movie is so bad. Thank you, Brett. I appreciate that. Go ahead, Runner. Back onto your
No, it's a good movie. This is like Bullet Train. This is another good popcorn flick. What else can I say about this? It's directed by the same guy that did RoboCop.
Paul Verhoeven. Yep.
Paul Verhoeven, yeah, that's his name. It's got a good cast too overall. I mean, Clancy Brown. I forgot the guy who plays the main character. Johnny Rico or whatever his name is.
Casper, was it Casper Van Dien?
Yeah, something like that. He's pretty good in it. Denise Richards is smoking hot.
It's a shower scene.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Homer Simpson up in here all of a sudden.
She has her tits out later in that other scene. Not Denise Richards, that other chick. I forget her name. I don't think I've seen her in anything else, but you know who I'm talking about, right?
Yeah,
Greg?
the curly haired redhead chick.
Yeah, the one who falls in love for Johnny.
Yeah.
And what's her name? Denise Richards dumps him for that other guy.
I love how Runner remembers the names of all the characters. You know, that guy where she dumped him for the other guy in the movie with the girl with the tits.
I don't remember most of the names. I don't even remember Clancy Brown's
yes,
name.
Dinah Meyer is her name.
Yeah, that's her name. Forgot about it. No, but it's a great cast though. Michael Ironside's in it.
Yeah, I love Michael Ironside. His voice is amazing. He's a great guy, character actor.
Absolutely. And Clancy Brown, dude, like I wish he was in more stuff in terms of like acting. Like most people know him for his voice work and all that, which he's a great voice actor too, but as an actor in general, like he's so good. Like that movie, fucking Highlander, and he was also in like Shawshank Redemption, but I don't think he spoke in that fucking movie, did he?
Yeah.
Nice.
Did he? I don't
In
remember.
what?
Clancy Brown?
Yeah, Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did? Okay, I don't remember.
He almost throws fucking what's his face off the roof.
Yeah.
Like, give me one good reason why I shouldn't splatter your fucking brains all over the ground right now.
Oh, okay.
Like, there's absolutely no reason you shouldn't be able to give almost that money to your wife.
I just don't remember him talking in that movie very much, but no, but like him and like especially Highlander, like his performance in that is so good.
Of course you are.
Did you ever see that little Highlander commercial I made with you, Tom?
I think so. I can't remember.
It was a little thing I made with my Highlander video. I just thought it was funny.
Well, what's sad is I almost fucking had Highlander tonight, but me being sick, I couldn't stay awake. I fell asleep.
Yeah.
But I guess I can give a little bit of a update on that. But go ahead and finish, Runner.
Yeah. Go ahead, Runner.
Starship.
There's nothing much really to say other than that. It's a good flick. If you haven't watched it, you should. It's a good movie. And the 4K is pretty good.
How's Doogie Howser looking 4K?
Gay.
Gay.
Wait, Tom, do you have the movie on 4K? Like, did you get the original?
Actually, yeah, I used to have the old one. Yeah, but I know
Tom
I
just
didn't
killed
watch
me.
it.
Sorry, what was that, Tom? I couldn't hear you because Greg interrupted.
Well, it's fucking accurate. I'm just saying. I mean,
no, it's just you killed me. Were we ever so young when we started?
The original one just had HDR and not Dolby Atmos, and they added like a couple new special features to this one. I know that.
Oh, to the one I have?
Yeah. There's like a retrospective documentary and something else. I can't remember what. I don't know how long of a documentary it is, but I haven't even got a chance to crack into this one yet.
I don't know if it's a. I don't know if it was a documentary. I know there's like 2 special features or whatever in the 4K disc, and one of them was like
those are the new ones.
Yeah, and one of them was like a Zoom call.
Yeah,
retrospective type thing, and I did watch that. But
which I give Sony credit. At least when they do these double dips, they tend to throw something at least new on there besides just a Dolby Vision upgrade.
Yeah, exactly. They're not like Paramount, you know.
And I mean, even Fright Night, they went out of their goddamn way. It's like we're gonna make sure nobody ever has to fucking do a special feature edition of this again. We're cramming every goddamn thing in here we can.
I still want to get it was the Dracula. That's Sony, right? With Gary Oldman. Yeah, I still want to get that steelbook. Is that still available? Because that is the one I did miss out on.
So. I don't know about the steelbook, but
damn, I hope the steelbook is still available.
You can try to like look at it on Amazon, even though Amazon's delivery's kind of meh, love late. But I mean, you can try to get it. The steelbook for that's pretty good too. I mean, Sony overall with their steelbooks have been fucking killing it,
big time.
And even their transfers too. They're so fucking good.
It's because Sony was the leader in 4K until they decided to shut down their Blu-ray, their 4K players, but then they got the PlayStation. So,
which I would not recommend too well as the PS5 as a Blu-ray player. It's not the best.
You mean the 4K player?
It's a bitch to navigate. Yeah. And I've had issues. I couldn't get the Dolby Atmos to work. I downloaded the thing and everything, so I'm like, fuck, I got a player anyway. I'm not messing with that shit.
So you don't recommend the PS5 for
as a player? No.
Okay.
I recommend the Xbox before I'd recommend that.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. That makes sense.
The Xbox One or whatever, One S or whatever it is that actually has it. Because I actually got that for fucking cheap.
The latest Xbox?
No, the other one, the one just before this, the One S or whatever.
Okay.
That has the 4K Blu-ray capability to play. Like that was my 4K player until I got my Sony.
All right.
Because I got it for like $79 on a Black Friday deal.
Nice.
Brand new. And it was when that Star Wars Battlefront 2, I think, came out and whatever. So,
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a while back, but like
that Battlefront.
Yeah, if you can find yourself one of those, that's probably one of the cheapest, best ones right now. Other than I'd go with like the Sony or Toshiba or Panasonic. If you can find one of those, they're usually good ones. I have a LG that's not too bad either, but my region frees an LG as well.
Cool. Norporeal, yes. Kino released Spaceballs in 4K.
I think it was their first 4K title, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, I was gonna say Kino Lorber released Spaceballs on 4K.
Spaceballs, the 4K Blu-ray.
I haven't gotten it yet, but I need to.
I'm still waiting for Spaceballs to search for Spaceballs.
You know what, Tim? That could. Even though every movie we just talked about had a sequel, It could also, you could say the same thing about them in their sequel, whether it be Highlander, Starship Troopers.
Starship Troopers got like 3 of them, and they're
I
all
know.
crappy. They even tried to bring back Casper Van Dien for like the last one, and it's bad. Yeah.
God willing, we'll meet again in Spaceballs 2, The Search for More Money.
I know, but I'm still waiting for Spaceballs to search for Spaceballs 2. So that's
Spaceballs 3, The Search for Spaceballs.
Yeah, Spaceballs 3. I messed up my own joke twice.
Yeah, that was an ultra troll. Whoever did that in that subway that time, that was amazing.
Yeah.
You
Big time.
got everybody's hopes up.
I agree, Brett. I do suggest trying to find a brick and mortar store, but it is becoming increasingly harder and harder here in the States for our brick and mortar stores. They've basically shrinking them all out of the way.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
But yeah, Starship Troopers, I actually do enjoy that movie. It's been a long time since I've seen it, and maybe I'll do my part and eventually get that myself on 4K.
the 4K looks pretty good. I think you'd enjoy it.
I'm curious because I know they had some CGI in there, but I do know a lot of it was practical. So I'm not
worried. You can sort of tell where the CGI
how
parts
bad
come
the CGI
in.
Stuff is. Yeah,
but it doesn't
be like Blade and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't ruin it for you though. Yeah, I do kind of look at the CGI and Starship Troopers kind of like Blade in a way.
The Blade 2 CGI is so bad when he does that fight. Oh, I still can't get over that.
Have you seen Blade in 4K?
No, I actually have. I still have them on Blu-ray.
I have. Blade
it looks
4K,
great, and then all of a sudden he slices up one of the vampires, and the vampire like disintegrates into bone.
Yeah,
the bone looks like a Pixar skeleton. It's like so, like oh no.
Doesn't he slice up Frost?
What was that?
Wasn't it Frost that he sliced up? Frost?
I don't remember. Whoever was I just remember watching it. All of a sudden, like the first part is in that discotheque.
Oh yeah, in the beginning
the
of the
blood's
movie,
coming down. All that shit looks great in 4K. Sounds amazing. And then all of a sudden, as soon as Blade shows up and starts slashing and hacking all the vampires, like when they turn into bones and crumble, like the CGI on that looks really, really bad. Like, it's old.
I bet.
It stands out like a sore thumb. But I mean, it doesn't ruin the movie overall. So
nice.
It's just kind of makes you chuckle, and it just makes you go, yeah, movies like Spawn are not going to work on 4K.
No, that's what I said. Like the in Blade Part 2, that fight scene he has in front of the lights. That's some really bad CGI to begin with. That I'd hate to see what that looks like in 4K.
Wait, which fight scene?
In Blade Part 2.
I know, but which one?
It's when that woman, the vampire woman, comes in and they fight each other in front of the like big like a wall of spotlights, and they're like doing kick flips and jumping. It's just like it turns into like a video game from like that time period, and it's
been a while since I watched 2.
Oh man, it's bad CGI.
I mean, Blade 2 does have bad CGI, but I mean, well, the way the whole thing was like executed, like it. I mean, it was directed by Guillermo del Toro.
It's a great movie, but it's just some really bad CGI.
Yeah, I actually remember liking the sequel more than the first one, to be honest.
Yeah.
I like the first one more than the sequel. I know some people like 2.
It's been a while since I've watched it though, so I can't say that anymore. So.
And you know what's funny? Because I have the DVD for the first 3 Blades. Like less than a month ago, I finally watched the 3rd movie.
Oh, it's horrible.
It's bad, but I don't like nearly hate it as much as most. Maybe that's
I haven't seen it since it came out.
I still love the fact that they CGI'd his eyes open because he refused to open his eyes.
Maybe it's because I've seen so much bad shit already. I just didn't think that was
could
like
be.
the worst thing.
I have the Blu-ray trilogy. I just haven't watched it forever.
That's what I have, the Blu-ray trilogy. The 3rd movie it's got its moments. Ryan Reynolds and Jessica Biel.
Oh yeah,
are all right. The guy playing Dracula.
Well, Ryan Reynolds is basically playing Deadpool.
Yeah, he's basically Deadpool in that movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say Ryan Reynolds is like probably one of like the few highlights.
He's all right in it. Well, that 3rd movie was just a mess all around.
Yeah, that's why you don't let David Goyer direct, kids.
Don't even get me started on David Demonic Toys Goyer. That's exactly
And
that.
wasn't he the writer for the first two as well though?
He could have been one of the writers on it, but
Yeah,
it doesn't mean
he's
he came
a
up with all the good stuff.
No,
yeah.
I understand. Yeah, no, you should
There's
not.
a pattern with him. Like it doesn't matter who. Yeah, once in a while, he's got a good writer with him, then fine. But he still seems to be the common denominator in some very bad, big profile films.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's true.
But no, I agree with Greg. You should not get David Goyer to direct.
David Goyer shouldn't be directing anything but Traffic.
Sick burn.
Oh shit, that was great.
And even that's questionable.
Uh, but I guess it's back to me since I
I
got one
think so
left.
because I only got one left too. So
Yeah, what I'm about to show might go along with what you're showing if you're still showing that one you talked about earlier.
absolutely, positively, that's all I got
Okay,
left.
so mine is not a movie. It's actually a couple books. Considering,
Ooh,
yeah, well, one's a comic book, and well, not a book. Well, I'll just say I have first here.
darn your tongue.
News time: the death of Superman.
Superman, he died.
This is like a magazine they put out after after they killed him and everything, because it's the 30th anniversary, kids, of the death of
Oh
Superman.
shit, it is, isn't it?
Yeah, this came out in May of
Speaking of David S.
1993.
Goyer,
Yes,
who decided to kill Superman in the movies,
yes, but not as done as well as the comics actually did. It was
still
done
used
poorly.
Doomsday, but it was Dumbsday.
It's Doomsday. What I really liked about this was like it's actually presented like a real like a Newsweek magazine, and it's actually got real celebrity.
I don't remember that actually. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's cool. Like it's like it got fake things. I've had this forever, man. It's falling apart on me. Like like the death of Superman. But it's got like real interviews with real celebrities in it, like Shaquille O'Neal. They like interview him about how he feels about the death of Superman, and John Goodman, and it's like
that's
it's pretty
awesome.
fun. Yeah, like William Shatner. Look, it's got William
No sh-
Shatner.
Oh no shit.
Yeah,
He was no
says,
Captain Kirk, but he was still a Superman.
he says, when I was 6, I thought I could fly. I mean, why not? Superman could. So I took my towel and tucked it in the back of my t-shirt, and that was my cape. Stood atop the dresser in my parents' bedroom and left for the skies. When I returned from the hospital, reality had crash landed. I'm sorry to hear that the reality crash landed on Superman as well.
Look who's behind you right now. That's ironic.
Oh, yeah, like Captain Kirk.
I'm watching you,
I'm
just like
watching
Michael
you.
Myers.
You're reading my quote. I can't do it. It's got a quote from Bruce Wayne, Lex Luthor the second, Penn Jillette, John Goodman. It's just Buck Henry, Shaquille O'Neal, Wonder
No, I don't
Woman.
remember that. I've got the comics, but I don't remember that.
Yeah, I bought this not long after. Look at that. I bought this not long after they did it. It's like they released it along with all that stuff they were releasing.
Right.
Yeah, so I just thought it was really cool, and I held on to it. It's seen better days. It's been wore out a little bit because I kept going through it, reading this stuff. And then I got the novel,
Yeah.
the Death of Superman novel,
Nice.
which I've had for a while. I've bagged them all up. But yeah, I was feeling a little Superman-y stuff this week because it's the anniversary, and Superman's my favorite. So there you go. There was a couple.
We also learned about the Blu-rays coming next year.
Yes, and the Blu-rays are coming. Yes, so that's why I kind of brought them up.
So that's what you had?
Yeah, that's what I had.
Because that does kind of go with mine, I guess.
Yeah, it does kind of, because I mean,
well, of course, Superman's been on disc, God knows how many times, and I've had the original DVD set. I had the original Blu-ray, and then I also have this one. It came with the television cut, and this is a special edition that I've had probably one of the first Blu-rays. Actually, it was one of the first Blu-rays I ever owned. Then, of course, I later on got the box set. Now, this is the imported version, but they're all pretty much the same. It's got all just a reprinting of the DVD set, which was already stupendous in and of itself. Then finally, a couple of years back, one of the first 4K films that Warner ever released for the 80th birthday of Superman was the original theatrical cut of Superman the movie on high definition or 4K HDR. And yeah, I finally got a chance to sit down and watch it. I hadn't had a chance to really watch it before. It's got a Dolby Atmos track on it. And I haven't seen the theatrical cut in God knows how many years. So that aspect of it is a bit jarring, like getting used to all this stuff missing, especially after seeing the 3 hour, 8 minute cut and the 2 hour, 47
all
minute
that
cut.
stuff.
So yeah, like unfortunately talking to Robert, he didn't give me much confidence that we'd see the longer cuts on 4K of the first film, but yeah, just the same. I mean, it's one of the greatest films of all times. I mean, even watching it this time and seeing it a million times before, being the best it's ever looked for me personally that I've ever been able to see it because I was too young to see it in theaters. Or not even born when it originally had come out anyway. I'm sure there was re-releases that I still was too young to go see. But no, like it still stands up. Obviously, the theatrical cut. Oh, you see, you got it too.
Yeah.
The theatrical cut, of course, is not my preferred cut of the film, but being that's what we got, that's what we got. And yeah, I can't necessarily not recommend it. It's fucking Superman. What can I say? I mean,
Exactly.
purists are gonna have some issues because even though
True.
it's the theatrical cut, it is the remix does not have all the original sound effects. Honestly,
Nope.
if you're somebody who's that big of a stickler, you might want to go stick with the old one for now until they remaster it, or just gets a TV version because that actually has. That is probably between these two cuts are my preferred cut. I mean, I do like the 3 hour cut. I do like that longer.
Yeah, the TV one. I've always
cut.
preferred the other one though. Like
I
you
don't
said.
mind it. Like it's like if I get at least the Donner cut, which is that's what I call this 2 hour 47 minute. I think
Yeah.
cut. It's just under the 3 hour mark. So it doesn't have everything that's in the 3 hour cut. Obviously, it's missing like another 20 minutes of scenes, but in that 3 hour cut, there's a lot of meandering in it just to spread it out. So yeah, at least if I could get this version, then I'll be happy with that. But
Yeah.
and they just called that one the special edition. Although I would call that the Richard Donner director's cut because that's his preferred version. But yeah, no, this has been out there for a while, so I won't be surprised if they throw this in with the new 4K when it does come out, because this has the 3 hour 8 minute cut and the 2 hour 43 or 47 minute cut, whatever it is. But no, the theatrical cut is still fun. Anyway,
yeah, it's still fun. No, I was gonna say I know Richard Donner actually didn't like the TV cut because he says that's not my cut of the film. So I know he.
No, as far as I know,
that.
he prefers the special edition cut. That's his cut.
Yeah. But yeah,
He's
I
got
agree.
a few of the things he wanted to add back in, but it doesn't have all the excess garbage.
Yeah, but I agree with you. I mean, the 4K looks great. It's the best it'll probably look until the new one comes out and we see what we get with that.
I mean, it has some issues. It's been DNR'd a bit. You can tell
a little bit. Yeah.
I'm not so sure how much of it's from the actual negative, even though it's supposed to come from the negative. I don't know. If I'm gonna throw a number out there, I'll say maybe 75% of this is from the negative. But you have so many opticals and other things, it's probably less than that.
True.
But I mean, it's an older film. It's been probably handled poorly over the years and re messed with God knows how many goddamn times. So it's hard to say what shape things are in. But no, it looks pretty good for the most part, though.
I'd be interested to see what we get when we get the full announcement of what 4K is coming. But like you said, Robert said that we probably won't be getting that. So
he didn't say no, but it didn't sound like he had heard anything about it. But he had heard less than what we got out of Bill Hunt. Bill Hunt gave us the most, and surprisingly, there wasn't anything there about it. It was just about Superman 2, 3, and 4, and then we're getting the Donner cut of 2. But I almost got to imagine if they're going to go back and go through the trouble, because that's what Robert and I were talking about last week. Was I was really kind of talking to him about like what would it take, because for those who don't remember necessarily or may not have seen the Donner cut of Superman 2, there's some CGI and other things and stuff in there, and it was mastered at 1080p. So they'd have to go back and rescan it and do all that stuff again, which arguably they probably did, considering they're scanning the negative for the part 2 and all that anyway. So they probably already had those elements available. It's not like it was that difficult. But I got to imagine the same story for the special edition too. Just go back and rescan those scenes and throw it back together like you should.
Yeah.
So hopefully they'll do that, considering they got the Donner cut coming in 4K as well. Now I'm not sure if they're going to up-res the CGI effects from the beginning or not, or what the deal is, but we'll have to wait and see, I guess.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. But it's supposed to be like the first 4 Superman movies, right? Not Superman Returns.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about Superman Returns yet, but we also discussed that because
because all the CGI
that
and
was
stuff.
done in it was shot in digital.
Oh
Outside
yeah,
of the
that's
IMAX,
right.
there's a few IMAX scenes that were shot in IMAX cameras, but other than that, that was done 1080p or whatever digital at the time. Maybe a little bit more than 1080p. I can't remember what.
Yeah,
because they were the RE cameras that shot at like 2K or whatever, so it's just a little bit more than 1080p. Yeah, but Robert did say there is the much longer cut of that that's available or still around or whatever you want to call it. So. Marlon Brando and Superman it's amazing.
yes. He made him an offer you couldn't refuse. Either you leave Krypton, or you die.
Fortress of solitude.
I liked him. I did like Marlon Brando as Jor-El. So
and I give them you, my only son.
Did I ever bring on my? I think I did, but I'm not sure. Did I ever bring on my big tin box of all the Superman movies?
Be a great people killer.
They used to be.
I had that. Somebody fucking stole it from me.
Oh, that sucks.
Well, it's technically one of those things where you lend it out and then they don't ever give it back.
Oh,
and they
yeah.
move away and they ghost your ass. Yeah.
I had to stop doing that with some people.
Yeah, I was pissed because yes, I love that. That tin box set was one of my prized possessions
I
when
know.
it came out.
It's awesome.
That was like a holy grail when it came out.
Yeah, I'm never getting rid of it. Have I ever actually brought it on here?
I don't think you have, but no, it's amazing.
I'm pretty sure you have.
Well, maybe he has. If Runner's seen it, then yeah, you probably.
Okay, then because I was going to go grab it real quick if I didn't, but if I've already have it, so
it's like a gray steel tin thing, right?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, that's one. If I ever see it in like a used shop for a decent price, I'd pick it up again just cause to have it.
Just cause, yeah. I mean, it's got a lot of great stuff in it still that I like to have. So, I mean, I'm not that I mean, I already got the Fleischer cartoons, but it's got the Fleischer cartoons. It's got, all the like Superman, like multiple cuts of the first film, both cuts of the part 2, and it's, all that's good stuff. So
basically, the Blu-ray set I showed earlier is the same thing. It just doesn't have all the extra.
Yeah.
I'm not
swag shit.
Hey, no bullshit. My dad like months ago found like for a really cheap price, like gave me like a DVD disc of the Fleischer cartoons.
That's cool.
Yeah,
well, they have the best versions available around the set that Greg and I are talking about, actually, which pisses me off because Warner has them in HD. They haven't released them yet.
I know.
Because even on the Blu-ray, they are only transferred over in 480.
That's great.
How did they get Brando? You sure you don't know that story? That's an amazing story. Basically, Richard Donner and I think Tom Mankiewicz went up to Brando's mansion to convince him to be Jor-El in Superman. And on the way there, I can't remember who said it, but somebody warned him. He's like, "Look, I'm going to warn you up front. Brando's going to try to get you to let him to do this with the least amount of work possible." He's like, "Okay, all right." He's like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Basically, if Brando can convince you to do it as a green suitcase and he can do the voiceover from home, that's what he'll do." He's like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "That's what I'm saying. He'll have you videotape film the green suitcase, put that in the movie as the character and whatever." He's like, "Just be prepared." He's like, "All right."
Yep.
So they get in there and they're talking for a little bit, and Brando's just being Brando, and then all of a sudden he's like, "I was thinking about this movie. I'm thinking I could play Jor-El as a bagel." And Richard Donner goes, "A bagel?" "Yeah, a bagel. This is an alien. Don't know what he looks like. He could be a bagel." He's like, "Well, you got a problem here." He goes, "What's that?" He goes, "Well, kids know who Superman is. They know who Superman's dad is. They've seen him before. Everybody knows what Jor-El looks like. there's no way I can put a bagel up on screen and convince the world that that's Jarrell. And there was silence, of course, because nobody really, knows how to deal with Brando. And he's like, yeah, you're kind of right. So I guess I talked you into the reason you're here to talk to me about. And then from there, the actual negotiations began. But really, it's what Richard found out was Brando testing you, more or less.
Right.
He wants to see how committed you are. And then once he sees that, then he'll actually read the script. Because he didn't read the script till he got to the set, to the day he got on set, I guess. Because this was a story that came from Terrence Stamp, because he turns to Terrence Stamp and he goes, did you read the script? And Terrence is like, well, of course I did, Mom. Why didn't you read it? Why didn't you read the script, Mom? Well, it might be crap. So the next day he read the script and he comes back in and he goes, this is a fucking love letter. And he praised Richard, gave him all kinds of, and it just he called, he got so excited that he actually called the press to the set. So like all of the stuff we see that's like the footage from behind the scenes of Marlon Brando on the set at Krypton, that's all from that day.
Yeah.
Which would be like this first or second day that he came on, because he was so excited about it because he finally read the script. And he loved it. So he was like, from that moment on, he was 100% on board. He was completely there. And he gave one of his best performances ever, arguably next to The Godfather, probably.
Yeah. I agree. I wouldn't grabbed it anyways.
You
don't have the Dobie or Obi or whatever the fuck you call it that slides around the top, do you? Or you just
no, I don't think I saw. I don't think I have that.
The 50th anniversary thing on it or whatever.
Yeah, I don't think I have that anymore. If I do, it might be in my closet somewhere.
Oh yeah. That's nice.
I have that. I have this.
They don't make them like that no more. I'm not a fan of how it slid in there, but
yeah,
it would have been nice if it was just different cases inside of that.
Yeah, the case is a little.
Yeah.
The
Blu-ray is the same way. Yeah.
I still think he was a good Superman. I just don't like Superman Returns. It's just too overly long.
Me neither.
And then we get and that's where they all are.
And the answer to why Brando's not in the original version of Superman 2, Brian, is that they didn't want to pay him.
Yep, that's why they used the mom, and then now after he died, of course, they could go back and reuse the footage.
Well, they worked it out with his estate.
Yeah, they worked that with his estate.
Superman Returns actually is what got that all set in motion.
Mm-hmm. But it's a great movie. It's like I've said multiple times here on my channel and other channels. Superman the movie is legitimately that's the movie that got me into everything I'm into, the nerdy stuff. It even led me to horror movies. So it's just it's my favorite. It's my all-time favorite movie. I love it. It's why I am the way I am.
I felt the same way you did, Greg, when I watched Sam Raimi's Spider-Man.
I almost thought he was going to say Man of Steel, and I was going to
No.
I thought he was going to go there too.
No.
I was going to be like, I don't even fucking go there.
He disowned you, Runner.
I won't. I didn't go there, Greg. Okay.
You didn't. I'll give him credit. He didn't go there.
You didn't go there.
And I'll never go there because that'd be bullshit. You know what? I regret not saying it because I wanted it. I could have joked.
You would have made my head explode at that moment.
Oh, I know.
Been scanners all over again.
Bad enough, it's bad enough that I had enough of those fucking Snyderites all over my fucking posts when I was enjoying the piss out of this movie. But I had to admit, I'm like, all right, fine. I did kind of throw down the first slap. This is what MOS is missing, right? Okay, fine. I'll admit that. But y'all just get a life and leave us alone. Let us celebrate this movie for fuck's sake.
Christopher, you just can't top Christopher Reeve, and I did think.
No,
I think if
I do like Christopher Reeve as Superman.
Yeah, you can't top him, and I do think if Henry Cavill gets to make a decent Superman with hopeful and optimism, like he's been saying, we may have a contender for the runner-up to Christopher Reeve.
I would love I agree with most people. Zack Snyder, I don't think should direct the next one, even though I do like Man of Steel. I know I get a lot of shit for that, like most other people that like that movie. But if you got someone like Christopher McQuarrie, oh my god, that'd be fucking amazing.
We shall see. We shall see.
Superman will go to the danger zone.
Highway to
seriously though, like if you got the Top Gun Maverick crew for the next Henry Cavill Superman movie, boy, that would be a fucking I don't know, that'd be a hell of a movie. But like here's the thing, like the reason I say Christopher McQuarrie is because he's worked with Henry Cavill before on the last Mission Impossible, which is fantastic, by the way. And I just think it all works. My only thing is if you get Christopher McQuarrie to direct it, you bet your ass Tom Cruise is gonna make a cameo appearance as Hal Jordan.
Tom Cruise is I'm gonna play Superman.
That, but
just put me some.
No, that's just me kind of joking around.
I hear what you're saying though. That would be kind of funny. Yeah.
Because literally, if you look at Christopher McQuarrie's like IMDb, almost all of his projects are related to Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
But I know Greg's only seen the first 3 Mission Impossibles. You're missing out, dude. Those last 3, fucking fantastic.
I don't think so.
No,
Brian Barth.
No, motherfucker, watch those movies. They are so much better than any of those first 3 movies.
We'll see.
Like,
I actually own up into the one with Henry Cavill. I don't own that one. I have all of them up till that one.
So you have 4 and 5. So you have 4 and 5. You have 4.
Yeah,
and 5.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I believe. Yeah.
You dude, 4 is fucking great. It's directed by Brad Bird, who directed The Incredibles.
Yeah.
No, the 4th one is fucking great. Was it Ghost Protocol, and then the next one?
I don't know. I just bought it was on sale one time, and it was all 5 of them, and I don't know why I just bought them.
Dude,
it was like for like $10, all 5 of them on Blu-ray. So I was like, it wasn't out. I'll give it a shot. And I watched up to 3, and I was like, I'm done.
Yeah, dude. No, you're doing yourself a disservice. Ghost Protocol, the last 3 movies in general are the best in that franchise.
But
they're fucking great, dude. Like you need to watch them. Please do that for me, Craig.
I may. I don't know. We'll see. But Brian Barth, as to steal a line from Marvel, old fashioned is what we need. So. Go on, Runner. I'm sorry. Go on.
No, I wasn't gonna say anymore. I was just saying, like, you do need to watch the last 3 Mission Impossibles. Like, they're so much better than the first 3.
We'll see. But was that it? Was that everybody's?
Yeah, I think we're wrapped up tonight.
Hey, we didn't go 3 hours. Can you believe it?
Runner went on and on and on about Best Buy, yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck your Best Buy, by the way.
Yeah, fuck your Best Buy.
Wait a minute. So is it your turn now, Tom?
Is it?
We're done.
We're done.
I'm not done. I have one more.
How'd you get one more?
What the fuck? How'd you get one more?
I said I had 4.
So did I.
What?
And I only had 3.
I went before him, so he would be left. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, exactly. Because
we keep forgetting that because we're normally.
I showed The Fog. I showed.
Okay, what do you got?
Earth Girls Are Easy, and I showed Starship Troopers. Okay, so this next one, it's a Criterion movie. I think they know what I'm talking about. It's not Blowout. I might rebuy Blowout if the disc isn't all fucked up like it was, but gladly this 4K disc was not fucked up, and it actually ran just fine, which is great. And it's
the Babadook, isn't it?
No,
you got the Babadook again.
That's Second Sight, not
Criterion. You know he's into elevated horror, man. He loves that stuff.
No. All right, no, this is like like this is good classic horror right here, and I think anyone can agree with me here that this is
it sucks.
Does it suck?
Oh no, that's a great movie. I love that movie.
So you finally got to watch it?
Yeah, well, I've seen it before.
I was gonna say, yeah, you talked about like 2 weeks ago or whatever it was.
Yeah.
No, because when you showed it, I brought in my Mill Creek
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Blu-ray.
yeah, you already saw it. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah, no, this.
That's a big upgrade, isn't it?
Oh yes, absolutely, so good.
Definitely from the one he had. He had that one with the red
Mill
cover.
Creek.
Yeah, the Mill Creek one.
Well, no, I bought it like super cheap, like $5 from fucking Menards of all places.
You could suck Menards.
I'll give you that one, Greg. I'll give you that one. But no, this is a fantastic movie.
Aren't we supposed to be getting a remake in 4K sometime soon? If I remember correctly. Tom, do you remember that? Or is it a new Blu-ray? I don't know. I thought maybe I heard it, but I
the
could be
new
wrong.
movie.
No, the 90s remake.
Oh, that might get a re-release. It hasn't gotten much. I mean, it had a Twilight time release, if I'm not mistaken, and I got the import. I'm surprised Shout or one of those companies hasn't done it yet.
I know.
I thought when we got the Blob that we were going to get that too, because they're both Columbia, both same time.
Mm-hmm.
I think Umbrella's already put them out, both of those.
Interesting. But
did you watch any of the special features, by the way, Tom? In this,
yeah, it's a mixed bag. I like some of them, but like, there's a lot of really great stuff from some of the other releases that's missing.
The only special feature I've seen was it was the fucking it had like the three filmmakers talking about the movie: Robert Rodriguez, Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah,
I'm
not as big of a fan of those puff piece kind of things, because that's kind of what we got with E.T. this time out. I haven't watched the movie yet, but I watched some of the special features, the new stuff anyway, and I don't like it when they do that. Yeah, that's why I said Criterion's kind of a mixed bag on their special features. It's got the original 16 millimeter Night of the Anubis, or whatever, however you say it, cut of the movie. But that didn't really thrill me because it still didn't answer why the jump cut is there in the third act. And there's a couple other things on there that are great, but outside of that, there's so many other things on other DVDs and Blu-rays we've had already that are missing. Because there's like a documentary that's really good. You know, there's some great interviews and other things that have done before. And it'd be nice to have had, because there was a really good release from I think Anchor Bay or Elite, whatever they were at the time, where they actually have like a bunch of George Romero's old commercials and stuff like that on there, and it would have been nice to have those in HD. So that's the kind of thing I would expect Criterion to have on it. And so yeah, there's some things I was just kind of disappointed they didn't carry over special feature wise, but all that being said, the movie itself looks so fucking good that yeah, like you can't complain. Like it's a beautiful transfer.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Good night, Brian Barth. Thank you for hanging with us.
And I you know, it's kind of cool now seeing that Criterion is starting to build up. It seems like in like some of them, like, because like at my Best Buy, it's mostly been like Shout Factory related stuff. Nothing of Kino Lorber, some Arrow stuff, which is great. Now they're starting to do a little bit more work with Criterion, which is pretty nice. I have noticed that lately, and Night of the Living Dead, this was there.
It's
Blowout
interesting because they used to be more exclusively through Barnes and Noble. It seemed like, but
yeah. I don't have a Barnes and Noble near me, so I can't shop over there.
Well, to me, Criterion has kind of gone downhill quite a bit in the last few years, and some of that may not be their fault.
Yeah, in a way.
I'll be honest, and I know some people are excited about it, but when you're doing Wall-E as a Criterion thing,
that was weird.
And I know people like it and everything, but I just like I kind of feel like that doesn't
sing a Criterion collection.
Yeah.
No, I like the movie, but that was like the weirdest announcement ever. Like,
and I know they've lost a lot of their bigger titles to Kino and stuff like that, so I understand.
I have noticed that with like some of the Blu-ray stuff from Criterion, it's like transfers all the way to like Kino now for the 4Ks, but you know, like the only exciting thing about the Wall-E release thing for me is like, damn, I wonder if Disney will collaborate with them more to do some other 4K transfers for other movies that they own under the.
I wouldn't get my hopes up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I know.
I could think of a bunch of other movies that I would love to see Criterion do if they were going to sell their soul to Disney. I mean,
Right.
there's
Exactly, 'cause,
tons
like,
that's on the table that we will never see, that Disney
Yeah,
won't
like-
let us see.
like yeah, exactly. Like the touch, like more of the Touchstone. Movies.
Exactly.
Like, oh my God, Tombstone on 4K. Fucking
That would be a
amazing.
great Criterion one, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, and
Um,
they just kind of lost their way, it seems like to me personally. Like my other issue with Criterion is just their pricing. They're too
Oh, yeah.
outrageous. They
Yeah.
act like they're so fucking hoity-toity elite
It-
on top of it. It's like, if you're going to keep spending this kind of money on, or expect us to spend this kind of money on 4K Blu-rays, you got to start coming up with some better shit than Wall-E, like The Wall.
yeah.
Like, where the fuck is Pink Floyd's The Wall? It's never even got a
Right.
Blu-ray release, let
Right.
alone fucking 4K. And I mean, that screams Criterion, right? It's like, that's what Criterion should be doing is, okay, yeah, let Kino and all them have Silence of the Lambs and shit like that. You go find the stuff that we've all been clamoring for as far as us really hardcore nerds, and stuff that can cross over into the film snob, right? And The Wall's a
Right.
great example of that. It's a movie that crosses over into that film snob world, and it also has the nerd appeal. Plus, it has a broad appeal of Pink Floyd. I bet you right there, Criterion, could put the money into that. It may cost a little bit, but I bet you'll make your money back. Do stuff like that.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not-
why I prefer Kino over Criterion, because they have that nice little blend of some of the film snobbier movies and like the low budget B
and their
movies that I
pricing.
like. Yeah, and way better pricing, man. It's just
Oh,
Even
yeah,
if the
for sure.
quality isn't up to snuff, because there's a lot of times where I've bought in Kino Lorber titles that are already on Mill Creek,
yeah.
and they're pretty
Yeah.
much the same scans, right?
Mhm.
But that doesn't matter, because at least Kino has given us something usually with it. They'll throw in some more special features or what have you.
Yeah, and some trailers
Compared-
of other movies and
Yeah.
stuff.
And they're
Yeah.
usually not overpriced, right? Like you ain't
Right.
gonna pay much more than $7-8 or $10 for some of those re-releases and whatnot.
Yeah. Exactly. It says nice little blend of artsy fartsy and B-level movies, cult classics that I like.
But like, I got like In the Heat of the Night for $15.
Right. And which reminds me,
4K.
I need
That's
Shaft is
great.
still $25 on 4K.
Oh
So,
God, if you can get that for $25 on
Yeah.
4K, get it, because that's
It is.
Criterion,
Yes.
and that's one that they should be
Yep.
doing, right? There's a good
Mhm.
example, yeah.
Yeah, dude, you need to get Shaft from Criterion. That one's good. That was my first
He
Criterion.
said you need to get Shaft.
You need to get Shaft. Speaking of which, hump day.
What?
I found a picture and I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, I saw that.
That was awesome.
That was great.
That's all my Twitter folks, for anybody who was wondering what I was laughing about.
All right, so what else we got here? I think we're wrapped up.
I think that's it. Any final words from anybody?
Poop.
Yeah, nothing.
Poopy.
Poop. Turd,
No.
turd, poop.
No, Greg. No.
Nachos. Nachos. All right. Thank you guys, Runner and Tom, as always, for hanging with us. Hell to everybody that's been watching. Hell to everybody in the chat. Dig your guys' comments. Sean, Deleted Scenes, Joey, Heather Preston, Uncle Remus, Random Brad Creator, Tyrell72, Brian Barth, Brett Cohen. Appreciate you, the super chat as well, too. I'm glad you're enjoying us.
Oh, I
and
forgot what I teased earlier. I'm sorry, Greg.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I will be talking about Highlander next week. I did get that in the mail today.
There you go.
I did
And
watch the new special features, so there is a nice. There's actually an hour-long new documentary with new interviews with pretty much the entire cast and part of the crew and all that shit, and director and all that. So it's actually not bad.
Nice.
It's kind of fluffy, but it's almost an hour long. It's like fucking, it's brand new. And then there's a bunch of other new stuff. There's like 4 or 5 other featurettes that are about 15 minutes a piece, handful of them. So yeah, and it appears the other disc is just the old disc. But I'll tell you, I don't know if they did a new scan of this movie or what, but it looks beautiful. And it looks like it's supposed to look. So don't let anybody tell you it's too grainy. I have
Yeah.
a feeling already there's going to be a bunch of people going out there, oh, this movie looks grainy. It looks grainy. That's the way it's supposed to
It's
fucking look.
supposed to look. Grain is beautiful. Sorry.
Yes,
Tom,
it's
go
on
ahead.
par. No, it's on par with a vinegar syndrome scan.
I
in my
love
opinion.
grain. The grain doesn't bother me. When I see grain, it makes me feel like I'm like watching a print, an actual print of a
Yes.
movie. So, and that's how it's supposed to look. And yeah, I won't have my Highlander till December because I got the US version and Tom got the
Yeah, I
what's
got
that?
it imported
Zavi.
through. No, actually, I canceled that one because my Amazon UK one came quicker. It was the same damn thing.
Oh yeah.
But I only got to watch the beginning of it and the special features. So when I get to actually watch the movie proper, I'll bring it next week. Promise, guys. But yeah, from what I've seen of it so far, though, it looks brilliant. So
Awesome.
can't wait to watch it.
I can't wait to watch it, but you'll see it well before me. So, but thank you once again, Tom and Runner, everybody watching, Dan Blackroyd and Corleone Rogue and Uncle Remus and all them. If I forgot your name, I apologize. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you for hanging with us, and we hope to see you next weekend next Wednesday. On the Physical Media Show. As always, you don't have to go home. You can't stay here, but
how you doing? Bitches leave.